Yes, good morning everyone. Is my audio and video everything clear? Hope my audio and video everything is clear. Yes, fine. Yeah. So good morning everyone. So chalo. So let's discuss the shift 1 of 31st January 2024 JEE Mains exam. So here we got somewhere around 20 plus questions. So all the questions we are going to discuss. So you just have to understand the concepts behind these questions. Okay. So the data might be mismatch from actual exam to the PPT, whatever the questions that we are getting here. So because the memory based questions, based on that they prepared the PPT. Okay, so the values or the final answers might change, but the concept you should understand. Okay, so yeah everyone, hi. So without wasting much time, so let's get into the topic. So you know all three papers will be discussed. First I'll discuss the physics, then chemistry by Rohit sir, and then maths by Subbarao sir. Okay, chal. So let's get into the questions directly. So concentrate here guys. So from which chapters they are asking questions and what type of questions they are asking, and whether the question asked was easy or moderate or difficult. So coming to this shift paper, that is 31st January shift 1 paper, if we analyze that paper, so most of the questions are easy. Okay, around 18 plus questions are easy. So I can consider some questions like 3 to 4 questions moderate and 2 to 3 questions difficult. That's it. So overall paper we can say it's easy only. Okay, chalo. So now, so the students who prepared the from NCRT or who prepared up to board level also, they can attempt this paper, right? So let's discuss the questions one by one. So the first question is from class 12th modern physics. So the stopping potential is 8 volts. So if wavelength of the incident light is lambda and it is 2 volts for 3 lambda, so then find the threshold wavelength. So the threshold wavelength in the sense lambda naught we have to find. So here consider this question in two cases. Like the first case, in the case 1, so if the incident wavelength is lambda, so if the incident wavelength is lambda, so then the stopping potential is 8 volts. 8 volts is a stopping potential. So then, so case 2, if the incident wavelength is 3 lambda, then so the stopping potential is 2 volts. The stopping potential 2 volts. So now the simple concept, so we know the formula, the energy, the incident energy will be utilized in overcoming the work function of the metal, and the remaining energy will be used to accelerate the electrons, right? So which is the KE max, right? Accelerate the electrons which are ejected out from the metal surface. So this is a basic equation. So this equation you can write it in terms of, so in place of E I can write hc by lambda, because they gave the incident wavelength. hc by lambda is equals to phi, so plus, so the KE max. So in place of KE max I'll write in terms of stopping potential, because they gave stopping potential EV naught. So this basic equation if you remember, so this question is pretty easy. So for the first one you can write the hc by wavelength, incident wavelength lambda is equals to, so the phi plus, so this is 8 volts. So then I can write this as 8. So let it be the equation number 1. Then similarly here, so the metal is same, so the work function will be same, the same metal, but two different incident wavelength lights are incident on the metal surface. So here hc by the wavelength is 3 lambda, hc by 3 lambda is equals to metal same, so the work function I am taking same, and the stopping potential 2 volts. So let it be equation number 1, let it be the equation number 2. So equation 1 and equation 2. So that's it, right? So now you can solve these two equations. You can just solve these two equations and get the value. So if you see, the final thing that we have to find is the threshold wavelength. So the phi is equals to hc by lambda naught. So the phi is equals to hc by lambda naught. So from here you can just do some calculations here. So let me multiply this with divide this with 3, because this becomes hc by 3 lambda. So this is 5 by 3 plus this becomes 8 by 3. And this equation is already hc by 3 lambda is equals to 5 plus 2. So now simply you subtract these two equations. So hc by 3 lambda, hc by 3 lambda gets cancelled. So 5 by 3 minus 5 overall we get. So 5, if you do let it be equation 1, the modified equation 1. So then if you do 1 minus 2, so then we get 5 by 3 minus 5, and this is however 0, and 8 by 3 minus 2 is equals to 0. So from here you will get the value of 5, right? So if you get phi value, then you can substitute it here. So what is this one? You know that 12,400 by, so the lambda naught. So from here the lambda naught will become 12,400 by, so whatever the phi that you get here, you substitute it here. Okay, so that we get the final wavelength in angstroms as 12,400 angstrom. This comes out to be somewhere around 1. Clear this part? Understood, guys? Everyone? So the basic question from modern physics. So I can consider this as easy question. So those who did questions related to the photoelectric effect, they can solve this question very easily, because there are only some 4 to 5 models of questions in photoelectric effect. Okay, so one of them and one of the famous questions from photoelectric is this type only. Clear? Done? Sure. Next. So that's the first question. So now the second question, it is from the units and measurements. So if you guys observe, from for every shift we are getting one question from units and measurements. So whether it can be of dimensions, otherwise whether it can be of error analysis, or it can be of related to instruments. Okay, so like vernier calipers. So now try to solve this question. If the percentage error in measuring the length and diameter of the wire is 0.1% each, so then the percentage error of the resistance, here which terms we have to relate? The resistance term, the length term, and the diameter term. So how do you write the resistance in terms of the length and diameter? So from current electricity, so grade 10th level also you learned. So the R is equals to rho L by A. So rho is however constant. So now if I apply the error analysis, so the delta R by R percentage, so we need the percentage error in the resistance. So however this is constant, delta rho by rho percentage will be 0. So then delta L by L percentage plus the delta A by A percentage. You guys know how to write the error analysis, right? So the area of the wire, so if you take the resistor or resistance of a wire, let's say this has the radius R, so then area will become pi R square. So in place of this delta A by A, if you write the pi R square, so d phi by d phi, which is 0, so then we have only, so we can write 2 into dr delta R by R. In place of delta A by A, you can write 2 into delta R by R. So however phi is a constant, right? So that I am writing here, so delta L by L percentage plus delta A by A. In place of that I can write delta R by R. What is this R? It's a radius. So but here they gave diameter. So the diameter or the radius, if the diameter decreases by 0.1%, so obviously radius also will, there will be error in 0.1%, right? So then this is 1% plus 2 into, so this is 1%. So 1% plus 2 into 1%. So overall 1 plus 2, the 3% is a 0.1, right? Sorry, 0.1 and 2 into 0.1. So this becomes 0.3%. So option A is the correct one, guys. Done. So take this one. So the next one, second year. So that is the semiconductors. Again, from semiconductors, I can say that the difficult part is already deleted, the transistors part. So now we have only the basics of semiconductors, that is types of semiconductors and the logic gates, right? Chalo. So analyze this circuit first. So what are the different gates that are given? So this is the NOT gate, and this is also the NOT gate, and this is NAND gate. This is AND and this is NOT. So overall it's a NAND gate. Now, so the input for this one here, the input is A. So A NOT, which is A bar, right? So here B is the input and here is the NOT gate. So we get output as B bar. So now A bar is going input to the NAND gate, B bar is going input to the NAND gate. From here A bar, from here B bar are the inputs, right? Chalo. Now, so end, first do the end part, then keep NOT. End means what? End is nothing but the output will be A bar dot B bar. This is the end. And for overall keep NOT. So then this is NOT. Okay, chalo. Now, so the final output that we are going to get A bar into B bar overall ball. So but here we have to represent it in terms of gate. So then I can write, so do the Boolean algebra. So A bar whole bar, de Morgan's law I am applying. So A bar whole bar, and here into is there, this comes plus. So B bar whole bar. So A double bar will become A and B double bar will become B. So what is A plus B? A plus B is nothing but R. A plus B is a R, which is option D. Clear? Understood, guys? Easy question from the logic gates. Chalo. So done. So next, let's move on to the next question. So this question is from the magnetic field, moving charges and magnetism part. So here you could see that the magnetic field is given as a vector and an electron is moving with a velocity. The velocity vector is given if it experiences the force this much, and what is the value of n. So when a charged particle is placed in the magnetic field, it experiences the magnetic force. So what is the magnetic force formula that we have? So which is Q into V cross B, right? So this is the basic formula, QVB sin theta or Q into V cross B. So now here the charged particle is electron. The charged particle is electron. It is placed in the magnetic field. Vector is given and its velocity is given, vector. That's why I am taking the formula in vector form. Now, so the force will be equals to, so in place of Q I'll write electron E into, so what is V? So the V is 4I cap plus 3J cap cross the cross product cross B. What is B? So B naught I cap plus 2B naught J cap plus 2B naught J cap, right? Chal. So now F, the force is equals to E into, so now do the cross multiplication. You know that multiply 4I with these two and multiply 3J cap with these two. Okay. So here 4I cap cross B naught I cap. So I cross I 0 however. So then 4I and 2B naught. So 4 into 2B naught, which is 8B naught. And you know what is I cross J? I J K. So what is I cross J? I cross J is K cap. Fine. So then 3j cap, with this we multiplied these two. Next with 3j cap multiply these two as well. So 3j cap into b naught I cap. So first 3 into b naught. So 3 b naught. And then so j cross I. So what is j cross I? J cross I is minus k. So minus k cap. So this is plus. So and j cross j, however, 0. So then, so f is equals to e into, so this comes out to be 8 b naught k cap minus 3 b naught k cap. This minus I am multiplying here. So 8 minus 3, it's going to be, so 8 minus 3, so which is going to be 5. So 5 b naught k cap. Right? So then the f is equals to 5 e b naught k cap. So in the question, if you observe, they gave the force equation. So what's the force equation? So that is n e b naught k cap, which is equals to 5 e b naught k cap. So now if you just check or compare, so here I can write the n will be equals to 5. So that's the answer. So the n is equals to 5. Clear? Done? Sure. So the another question which is from the NLM and friction concept. So here find the value of small m if capital M is 10 kg and acceleration of blocks are 2 meter per second square. So here more inclined is this side, so that means this is 2 meter per second square, and it is also accelerates upward 2 meter per second square. The basic understanding. All the surfaces are rough. So with coefficient of friction mu is equals to 0.5. Fine. So now overall you can write like, so the F net is equals to the net mass into acceleration. Okay. So here I can multiply, I can write the whole forces which are acting on these objects in this form. What are the net forces that are acting? You know that this side mg sine 53, mg sine 53, and this side mg sine 37. This is capital M and this is small m. Mg sine 37. You know that on the inclined plane its weight acts, the sine component of the weight will come, and here this side mg sine 37. Now so as the object moves this side, right, this side, accelerate this side, so the friction will act here like this, and then so here the friction will act this side because the acceleration is upward, right? So then the overall forces that I can write, so the frictional force in this case, the kinetic friction will act because the blocks are accelerating, the kinetic friction. So you know the kinetic friction formula, mu mg cos theta. So now overall forces that I can write it as, so mg sine 53, mg sine 53 is one force, and then so next we have this one, the kinetic friction. So what's the kinetic friction? Mu m. So what is capital M? So let's write capital M, mu mg cos theta, so cos 53, and similarly so these two done, and come to this place. So here the friction, what's the friction? Mu, so the mass is small m into, so g into cos 37 there, done, minus, so mg sine 37, mg sine 37, right? So which is equals to, so F net is equals to m net. What is the net mass? Capital M plus small m into the acceleration. What is the acceleration? A is equals to 2. So this is the overall equation. So if you can write this, you can easily solve. So here the confusion is whether to take the mu as 0.5 or 0.25. Some students said it's a 0.25 or 0.5. So I'm not going for the complete calculation because here this value is 0.5 or 0.25. We don't know exactly. Okay, so you just substitute the values. Overall forces, I represented the equation. So here first thing, writing the overall forces, just understand F net is equals to M net into A. The right hand side part you already understood clearly. The net mass is capital M plus small m into the acceleration. They both are moving with the acceleration with 2. Right hand side part pretty easy. So LHS side, what is the net force that is acting? So here this, for this capital M mass, so mg and its sign component will come this side, and for this small m, its weight component mg sin 37 will come along the inclined plane. These two are clear. Now as capital M is accelerating downward, so the frictional force will be upward, and here the capital M is, small m is accelerating upward, so the friction will be downside. So that's why minus friction and minus friction. See here, minus friction and minus friction. So friction formula, you know, the kinetic friction mu mg cos theta. So just I substituted those values. Okay, so now you guys can take the mu value as 0.25 or 0.5. So then substitute, you know, the capital M, which is 10 kg. So now we have to find small m. We know the A, we know capital M, and we know G value, we know the mu value. What else? Sin 53 you know, cos 53 you know, cos 37 you know, sin 37 you know. So the only unknown will be the small m. Okay, so you can find the small m. So as per students, they are saying it's a 4.5 kg. So I am considering it as 4.5 because I don't know the exact value, whether it is 0.5 or 0.25, the mu value. So you guys can take both. Okay, so where you are getting the correct answer, you can just check. Done? Chalo. Good. So this question is from fluid mechanics. So surface tension. A steel ball is dropped in glycerin liquid from rest. So then draw its velocity time graph. So when a ball is dropped in any liquid, here the glycerin liquid is given. So then what happens? Its acceleration will be constant. So then after some time, so its speed will become constant, right? So first its speed increases like this. So then its speed becomes constant. So where you could see this graph? So the option A itself. This is a direct question. Done? Chalo. So the next question. So a tuning fork vibrates in resonance with the first overtone frequency of the open argon pipe. So the first one, it's an open argon pipe. So for the open argon pipe, you guys know the fundamental frequency, right? So the fundamental frequency F0 is equals to V by 2L. So they are saying it's a first overtone is in resonance with the tuning fork. So the first overtone, that is F1, is equals to, so 2 into V by 2L. 2 into V by 2L. So now let the tuning fork has the frequency F. So where that F I am writing it as 2 into V by 2L. Let it be. Now the second scenario, the same tuning fork. So that means the tuning fork which is having the same frequency F is in resonance with the closed argon pipe. So let's take closed argon pipe. Mahi, the student Mahi, actually I could not see all the comments here because the live is going in multiple channels. Okay, sir, can I eligible for JEE if I study academic year 2 times? That means 2 years. You can take the drop and you can study, right? You are eligible to write. Take the drop here. Okay, so then for the closed argon pipe, you know that F0, the fundamental frequency will be V by 4L. So let the here length, at which length the resonance is happening, let the length be L1 here. So for the closed argon pipe, that length be L2. So for the same tuning fork, that means for the same tuning fork, it is in resonance with the fundamental mode of the closed argon pipe. So the fundamental mode means V by 4L2. So let it be equation number 2. and let it be equation number 1. So this is 2 into V by 2L1. So now equate these two. So simply equate these two, F and F. So here I can write, so 2 into V by 2L1 is equals to V by 4L2. So here I can cancel 2 and 2. So V and V, because in both the cases the V is the speed of the sound. Right? Chalo. So then L1 is equals to 4L2. So then L2 will be equals to L1 by 4. So what is L1? 60 by 4. So this is gonna be 15 centimeters. So the L2 will be equals to, so the 15 centimeters. Done? Clear? See, Lakshmikanta. So today's second shift will be easy or hard. You just analyze the how many shifts. Now almost we have 8 shifts are happened. 9 shifts happened, right? So you can compare all the 9 shifts of physics papers. So overall the paper is easy only. You can expect the same kind of paper in the shift 2 as well today. Done. Chalo. So the next question, this is a direct question. So 2 rods of same length are area, so same length and area, but having thermal conductivity K1 and K2 are connected in series, then in parallel. So find the equivalent thermal conductivity in both the cases. This is a direct formula based question. So when they are connected in the series and when they are connected in the parallel. So in the series case, it's going to be 2 K1 K2 by K1 plus K2, right? So 2 K1 K2 by K1 plus K2. So this option could be correct or this option could be correct. And in the parallel case, you know that K1 plus K2 by 2. So in the case of series, the K equivalent, here I am not going for the derivation because this is a easiest part where the formulas you can directly remember, right? So then the next we have the parallel case. K1 plus K2 by 2. So then I could see the option C. Direct question. Chalo. So this question is from current electricity. So again the easy question, just understand the basics of the current electricity here. So find the equivalent resistance across A and B. So across A and B points. So first if you see the graph here, I can say that, so this part is fine, okay. So just come to this part, either you solve it from this side or you solve it from this side. So better to solve from here, okay. So how do I solve from here? This is shorted. This resistance has no use in this circuit because it is shorted, right? See here, it is shorted. This is called short circuiting, right? So then you can say that this point and this point. So this 2 ohm resistor and this 2 ohm resistor, they both will be in parallel. These two are in parallel. Now, so the 2 and 2 are in parallel. So we get the resultant will be 1 ohm. So now you can see this is 1 ohm and here we have 2 ohm. So this is 1 ohm and this is 2 ohm. And here we have 3 ohm. And here we have 3 ohm resistor. 3 ohm and 3 ohm. So again you can observe here, these two resistors will be in series combination. These two resistors will be series combination. Sir, chala easy questions vastunna cheyalekapotuna, reason Madhu. So just concentrate, practice more questions at least for the phase 2. Though the easy questions are coming, if you are unable to do means, so lack of practice, especially the numericals. Okay, so attempt more mock tests. That's the only solution. So 2 plus 1, 3. So here 3 ohm resistor will come and here 3 ohm resistor and here one more 3 ohm resistor. So 3 ohm, 3 ohm and 3 ohm. So this all 3 ohms are in parallel. So the final R equivalent will be equals to, if equal number of resistors are in parallel combination, the R equivalent will be R by N. So what is the R? 3. How many resistors are in parallel? 3 resistors. So 3 by 3, 1 ohm. So the final answer will be 1 ohm. Clear? Done? Chalo. So the relation between time t and distance x is given by this equation. So and alpha and beta are constants. The acceleration is kinematic question. So this is a bit tough question, I can consider. Okay, so those students who are perfect with the basics of kinematics and who did many questions related to the kinematics, they can only solve this question. Okay, so here I can say t is equals to alpha x square plus beta x. I need acceleration. So first thing is, to get the acceleration I need velocity dv by dt. Yes or no? So I need dv acceleration. To get the acceleration I need velocity. So how do we get velocity from here? So I'll do one thing, I'll differentiate it on either side. So if I differentiate, it becomes dt by dt and then alpha into, so this becomes 2x into dx by dt plus beta is a constant into dx by dt. X is the differentiable term, that's why x square differentiation is 2x, and again differentiate that dx by dt plus beta is a constant and dx by dt. You guys know that the dx by dt is nothing but the velocity. So then I can write here, so dt by dt is 1, which is equals to alpha into 2x into, this is velocity term, plus beta into, this is also the velocity. So somehow I managed to get the velocity from here. So here I can get 1 is equals to v, I am taking common. So I got 2x alpha plus beta. So from here the velocity v will be equals to 1 by 2x alpha plus beta. V will be equals to 1 by 2x alpha plus beta. Got it? Chalo. So now our ultimate aim is to get the A. So then A is equals to, so we get dv by dt. Then so d by dt of, so 1 by x, so 1 by something, that is 2x alpha plus beta. So then you can do this basic differentiation part. So how do we do this one? The acceleration A, this will become minus 1 into 2x alpha plus beta into again d by dt of, so the 2x alpha plus beta, chain rule, right? So then the acceleration A will be equals to square, my bad. So then minus, so in place of this whole thing, so shall I substitute, so the v square, because v we got it as 1 by 2x alpha plus beta. So here 1 by 2x alpha plus beta whole square is there. So in place of this whole thing I am writing, so the v square. Okay, so then d by dt of 2x alpha plus beta. So d by dt of beta is however 0. So then I can write, so 2 alpha into, so the dx by dt, right? So what is 2 alpha into dx by dt is velocity. So that we get minus 2 alpha v cube. The final one will be 2 minus 2 alpha v cube. Okay, so minus 2 alpha v cube, just take the magnitude, we got option B. So 2 alpha v cube. So this question is bit tricky. So those who have complete knowledge on the differentiation part, mathematics part and the kinematics combination, you guys just go through once. See, the equation is given, I differentiated that, from there I got the velocity equation. So then the acceleration is equals to dv by dt. So then I differentiated that. The understanding is easy here related to this question, but the calculation part you guys should be perfect in the differentiation part, especially the chain rule part here. Done? Clear? Sure. Next. So we have one more question. So this is from wave optics. Two sources have intensities ratio 1:9. Okay, so let it be the intensity I1, let it be the intensity I2. So when the sources are incoherent, so the resultant intensity is I1. So if the sources are coherent, the phase difference of 60, resultant intensity is I2. So then the ratio of I1 to I2 is given something. So then they are asking us to find value of X. Okay, so good morning. Sure. So see here, I can simply write first the basic formula for the incoherent sources. The resultant intensity will be simply the algebraic sum of the individual intensities. Okay, for the incoherent sources. So when the sources are incoherent, so then the intensity that they said I1, right? So let's say the intensity, the incoherent sources, the intensity I1. So which is simply I1 plus I2. So don't get confused. This one is, let's write here, don't write I1, I2. So let it be A, B, better. So IA plus IB, because here they gave I1, right? So the resultant intensity I am taking I1 when the sources are incoherent. So IA plus IB. So what is IA? 1. IB 9. So the total, so 1 plus 9. So this is going to be 10. So the I1 is equals to 10. Let it be equation number 1. Okay. So then, so when the sources are coherent, so the resultant intensity can be calculated using the formula I1 plus I2 plus root 2 root I1 I2, so cos phi, vector sum, right? So then we write here, so the IA better, okay. So I1 means here IA, so which is 1 plus 9 plus 2 into square root of, so 1 into 9 into cos 60 degrees. Done. So now, so I can write the I resultant in the second case, the coherent case that they said I2. So I am writing I2 is equals to, so 1 plus 9 10 plus 2 into this part is 3, and then so cos 60 1 by 2 2 cancel, so this part is 3. So the I2 will be 13. So now I got I2 as 13, I1 as 10. So now they gave I1 by I2 ratio. So I can write the I1 by I2 ratio will be equals to 10 by 13. 10 by 13. So now in the question they said I1 by I2 ratio is 10 by X. So 10 by X is equals to 10 by 13. So from here you can write what is X. So the X is equals to 13. Done. The X is equals to 13. Option B is the correct answer. Chalo. Next question. So this is one more easy question. So here the process they said isobaric. For two different isobaric curves, VT curves are given. Find the relationship between P1 and P2. So the basic thing, the isobaric means the pressure is constant. If the pressure is constant, then I can write, so you know that PV is equals to nRT, right? If I differentiate it on either side, so I can write P is the constant, then I get dV by dt. So then nR is the constant, then I get dt by dt, right? So then I can write here, so the dV by dt is equals to dt by dt is 1, so which we get nR by P. So what is dV by dt? What is dV by dt? dV by dt is nothing but slope of VT curve. So the slope of VT curve is inversely proportional to the pressure P. The slope is inversely proportional to the pressure P according to this equation. So now you compare for whichever these two graphs the slope is more, so then that will have less pressure, right? So you can see that the slope of the P2 is greater than slope of P1. So the slope of P2 is greater than slope of P1, right? So that's why, So this one, the slope is inversely proportional to P. So obviously I can say that the P1 will be greater than that of the P2. So the final answer will be P2 greater than P1. The P1 will be greater than P2. Option B is the correct one. Done? Chalo. So this question is also easy one. Chalo. Next. So this is from the electrostatics part. So there are two charges Q and 3Q. So let's say the charge Q is here and the other charge 3Q is here. Right. So then they are separated by a distance R. So let the distance between them is R. So now the electric field is 0. The net electric field is 0 at a distance x from the O. So at a distance x from the O, let's say this point is O. Consider this point is O. So from here, let's say x distance. So if this distance is x, then this distance will be obviously r minus x. So here the electric field is 0. So at this point, the electric field, consider a positive small charge here. So due to this plus q, let the electric field be E1 this side. So due to this plus 3q, so the electric field E2 this side. So the net electric field at this point is 0 means the magnitude of E1 should be equals to the magnitude of E2. The net electric field is 0 means the electric field acting at this point should be 0, like E1 and E2 should be equal, right? Then only the net will be 0. So the E1 is due to plus q charge, E2 is due to 3q charge. You know the electric field due to sorry. So you guys know that the electric field due to the point charge is kq by r square, right? So now I can write, so the E1 is due to the q charge, kq by, it is at a distance x, so x square. So whereas E2 is due to 3q charge, k into 3q by, so what's the distance from here to here? R minus x. So I can write r minus x whole square, right? So kq, kq cancel. So then if you cross multiply, we'll get 3x square is equals to r minus x whole square. So from here, so we need what? We need the value of x. So then I can write, so the x square is equals to r minus x whole square by 3. So or else I can write it as x is equals to r minus x by root 3. So this is the final value. Clear? So the concept is very easy. So this question comes under easy category only. Done? Sure. Next. So the next question, find the minimum deviation in a prism if refractive index is given. So if the refractive index mu is equals to cot A by 2. So here A represents the angle of prism. So what we have to calculate? So the minimum deviation. So the del minimum for the prism, which is 2I0 minus A, where A is the angle of prism. So in the case of prism, so this is the angle of prism, right? So now this is a incident ray for the perpendicular. So this is a I0 incident. So then it refracts like this and then it refracts like this. So this is r by let's say this is r by 2 or a, this is r by 2, right? So this whole this is the angle of emergence, which is again I0. Angle of incidence will be equals to angle of emergence. So then apply the Snell's law at this interface. Let this one be the interface 1. So now apply the Snell's law at this place. 1 into, so the sine I0 is equals to, let the refractive index of this one be mu. So I can write, so the mu into, so the sine here, this could be A by 2, right? This one A by 2, right? This is a by 2 and this is a by 2. Yeah. So mu into sine a by 2. So from here I can say that 1 into sine I naught is equals to mu. In place of mu I can write cot of a by 2 into sine a by 2. So the cot of a by 2 means cos a by 2 by sine a by 2. So then I can write sine I naught is equals to, so here sine a by 2 gets cancelled. So we get cos a by 2, right? So then do the simple calculations. We get the I naught is equals to pi by 2 minus a by 2. Basic calculations, we just converted this one to sine to the cos. Okay, so then I naught we got. So substitute that I naught value here. So 2 into, so what is I naught? Pi minus a by 2. Overall I can write pi minus a by 2 minus a. So here 2 gets cancelled. Pi minus a, which becomes pi minus 2a. That's it. Okay, so this question is also I can consider so some moderate to difficult level question. Okay, so those who did ray optics perfectly, they can solve this question. Done? Clear? So this question is from the gravitation, which is the easy one. See, here they said there are 4 equal masses that are kept at the corners of the square side A. So this is the square of side A. So now at all the 4 corners, the masses, equal masses M, and M are placed. Now, so if the net gravitational force on the mass, on one mass, any one mass, what is the net gravitational force? Let's consider this mass. Okay, so the force due to this mass will be F. The force due to this mass will be F, right? So and the force due to this mass will be F, right? So the 3 forces, which is F this side and F this side, and so another F this side. So shall I say that the net force will be equals to, so the resultant of this F and F will be F root 2. The F net will be equals to F plus F root 2. F plus F root 2. So what is this F, the net force formula? So F is equals to gm square by the distance, it is a square. So done, that's it. The F net is equals to, here I can take F common, so 1 plus root 2, right? F plus root 2. So then the F net is given, what is this one? 2 root 2 plus 1 by 32 into, so the gm, so this is F root 2, so 2 root 2, yeah. So gm square by L square. So just you guys can compare now. So you know what is this F formula. So the F is gm square by a square is equals to 1 plus, so the 2 root 2. So then we got here 2 root 2 plus 1 by 32 into, so gm square by L square. So everything here it is same, just compare the denominators. So I can write 32 L square is equals to a square. I need value of a in terms of L. I need value of a in terms of L. So simply get the a value in terms of L. That's it. Clear? Understood everyone? So understand the basic concept, that's it. Okay, so we calculated the net forces acting on one mass. So the force F this side and F this side. So the resultant will be F root 2. So the net force will be F root 2 plus F. That's it. So this question is also the easy one. So this question is from the modern physics. If mass defect in a nuclear reaction is this much, and then find the value of Q. So you always know that the Q, delta Q is equals to delta M into C square. The mass defect is already given. So 0.4 grams, which is nothing but 0.4 into 10 to the power minus 3 into, what is C value? 3 into 10 to the power 8 whole square. Direct formula based question. So I can write here 0.4 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 9 into 10 to the power 16. So this comes out to be 3.6 into 10 to the power 13. So this is a delta Q. Clear? Sure. So a current carrying wire is placed in external magnetic field as shown in the figure. So find the magnetic force on the wire. So when a wire is placed in a magnetic field, so the force acting on it will be equals to I into L cross B. If a charged particle is placed in a magnetic field, this is a wire. If a charged particle is placed in the magnetic field, so then you know the formula that F is equals to Q into V cross B. Understand the difference? So this is when a charged particle is placed in the magnetic field. So this formula is when a current carrying wire is placed in the magnetic field. So now you could see that the current I, where this length L is the effective length. So this should be till here. So this is the A point, let's say this is a B point. So this whole wire is placed in the magnetic field now. Okay, so I just need the effective length. So what is the effective length between the end points? So this is the effective length. So if this radius is R, so from here to here it is R, and from here to here it is R. So the overall it is going to be 2R, right? From here to here it is going to be 2R. So that means, so this one, this L is nothing but the L effective we should take. So now I can write F is equals to, in this particular scenario, the L effective is 2R. So just substitute the value I into, in place of L, 2R into B. So which is nothing but, so F is equals to 2IBR. If they give the values, you can substitute the values. Otherwise, you can choose the answer directly. Done? So the next question. So this question is from the capacitors. So a parallel plate capacitor, separation between them is 5 mm. Separation between the plates is 5 mm. Is charged by battery. If the charge on the capacitor is Q. So now if the electric slab of thickness 2 mm is filled with between the plates, so then the charge increases by 25%. So find the dielectric constant of the slab. See. So let's say this is a capacitor. Let's say it is connected to a battery. So now, so when the separation between the plates is 5 mm, it is charged. So let's say the capacitance is equals to C. So then you know that the C is equals to Q by V. So from here I can write Q is equals to CV. So that let it be this one. So sorry. Right? So now the second case, let the charge be Q for this one. So now if a dielectric slab of thickness 2 mm is placed between the plates. So here the dielectric slab is placed. So now it is charged. Same battery is connected. So now it is the charge increases to 25%. So that means the Q dash is equals to 25% means 1.25 times the previous one. 1.25 times the previous one. So here let's say the capacitance is C dash. So which is the charge Q dash by the battery voltage is same. So I can put the battery voltage as same here. Right? Chal. Next. So from here I can write, so the Q is equals to CV. And then here Q dash is equals to C dash into V. Right? Q is equals to CV and here Q dash is equals to C dash V. So then I can write, take the equation. So better let's divide these two equations. I can write the Q by Q dash is equals to CV by C dash V. So then I can write Q by, what is Q dash? Which is 1.25 times a Q. Right? So then I can write this as, so V cancel, C by C dash. So then q also cancel. This becomes 1 by 5 by 4, 4 by 5 is equals to c by c dash. So now the thing is, what is c and what is c dash? So the c is the capacitance when there is no dielectric placed. So the capacitance without dielectric is epsilon naught A by D. And the capacitance C dash is the capacitance when the dielectric is placed. So if the dielectric is placed, so it becomes epsilon naught A by D minus T minus T by K. That's it. So epsilon naught A by D minus T minus T by K. Right? Done? Clear, guys? Minus or plus? Sorry, this formula is plus. Yeah. So now you can substitute it here. We got the C by C dash is equals to 4 by 5. C by C dash is equals to 4 by 5. So substitute the values. What is C? Epsilon naught A by D by what is C dash? Epsilon naught A by D minus T plus T by K. So which is equals to 4 by 5. So now do the calculations. So this part it will go up. So D minus T plus T by K is equals to D, which is equals to 4 by 5. So then substitute the values. So you know so what is the thickness you know, and what is the distance between the plates you know. So D is 5 mm, T is 2 mm. So just substitute the values. So D is 5 mm, the distance between the plates, and the thickness T is 2 mm. So just substitute D and T values here. So the only unknown is K. So calculate the K value. That's it. Smiling bamboo. What's your name? मेरा name लीजिए sir. Your name is not there. Done this question. So this is a bit tricky question. So I can consider it as moderate. So those students who did battery charged and discharged questions, they can solve this question easily. Right? Chalo. So this question, we don't know whether this has come in the examination or not. So but it is there in the PPT as per the main channel. So let's discuss this question as well. So a block of mass 50 kg is thrown horizontal ground with a speed 0.4 meter per second. Find the work done on the block until it comes to rest. See, so the work done is equals to the energy, like yes or no, the work is equals to energy is equals to the heat released. So here the work done will be equals to, I can simply say the kinetic energy, the energy, which energy we will have, the moving body, kinetic energy. So substitute the values. Half into mass is 50 kg, velocity is 0.4 whole square. So just you do the calculation. So next, so a particle performs simple harmonic motion with amplitude A. Its speed is tripled at the instant it is at a distance 2a by 3 from the equilibrium position. So the new amplitude of the motion will be, see here, this is the mean position, the right extreme and the left extreme. So let's suppose the SHM, it is performing from the mean position. So at a distance, at some distance x is equals to 2a by 3, let's say the particle has initially the velocity v. So after that its speed is tripled. You know the velocity formula, right? So the velocity v is equals to omega into square root of a square minus x square. So here consider two different scenarios. So in the first scenario, when it is at a distance x, the velocity is v. So in the second scenario, when it is at a distance x, the velocity has become 2a by 3. Tripled 3v. So in the first scenario, I am writing the formula. V is equals to omega into square root of a square minus the x square. What is the x square? At a distance 2a by 3 whole square. Right? So this becomes v is equals to omega into square root of, so here a square minus 4a square by 9. A square minus 4a square by 9. So now let it be the equation number 1. Now the second scenario, that is, so the same particle, when it is at a distance 2a by 3, its speed has become 3v. When the speed changes, obviously the amplitude changes. So here the amplitude, let it be the a dash. So here the speed will become v is equals to, the speed 3v is equals to, because it is tripled. So 3v is equals to omega into square root of, let the new amplitude a dash square minus x square. So here x is what? 2a by 3. So just substitute 3v is equals to omega into, so the a dash square is minus x square. What is x? So which is 2a by 3 whole square, which is 4a square by 9. So now what you do is, in place of this v, I am substituting this one. 3 into, substitute this one here. 3 into, so omega into square root of a square minus 4a square by 9 is equals to omega into square root of a dash square minus 4a square by 9. So just do these calculations and get the a dash value. Clear? Square it on both the sides and get the a dash value. Done, guys? Understood? A dash you will get in terms of a. Easy question. Chal, next. So for the following equation, force equation is given. Now find the dimensions of b square by a. So here you can apply the principle of homogeneity. According to the principle of homogeneity, so we can say that the dimensions of f will be equals to the same dimensions as of ax square. Yes, and the dimensions of f must be equals to the dimensions of b into t to the power 1 by 2. Okay, so now I need the dimensions of b square by a. So what I am doing is, the b is equals to force upon t to the power 1 by 2. Force upon t to the power 1 by 2. So but I need b square. So let's do square on either side. B square is equals to f square by t to the power 1 by 2 into 2. So which becomes b square is equals to f square by t. Now I need b square by a. So then what I will do? B square by a is equals to f square by t into a. Just I multiplied a, divided either side with a. Simple thing, nothing. You know that the dimensions of f must be equals to ax square, and the dimensions of f must be equals to b into t to the power 1 by 2, according to the principle of homogeneity. Right? So now from here b is equals to f by t to the power 1 by 2. Now I need b square. So squaring on either side. So I got f square by t. I need b square by a. So I divided either side with a. Right? So now, so b square by a dimensions will be equals to f square. So the force dimensions are f l t to the power minus 2 whole square. Right? So by, so t is t into a. So the a dimensions that I can write it as, or else better let's calculate at the end. Don't substitute dimension now. So just let it be f square itself. So f square by t into, in place of a, I am writing f by x square. In place of a, I am writing f by x square. So in place of a, I am writing f by x square. X square will go up. So 1f cancel. So the dimensions of b square by a will be equals to f x square by t. So now you substitute the dimension formulas. So you know that the force is ml t to the power minus 2 into x square, which is l square by the t. So this becomes m l cube t to the power minus 3. M l cube t to the power minus 3 is the correct answer. Done. Sure. So that's it, guys, from my end. So this is the shift 1 paper of 31st January. So the shift 2 paper of 31st January we'll discuss today evening, okay, at 6 p.m. So hope you guys understood these questions. The just some data might be wrong here, so but you just understand the concept behind the questions and what kind of questions they are asking from each chapter you should analyze. Okay, chalo guys. So now Rohit sir will continue the chemistry. So we'll meet in the evening session. So bye guys.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Physics Wallah. Right. Is my voice clearly audible, everyone? Right. So let us start discussion of attempt 1, 31st January 2024. We shall look at the chemistry paper first. We will be looking at inorganic chemistry. Okay. Right. So let us begin with the inorganic chemistry part. See the first question which says, which of the following options contain amphoteric oxides only? This is from class 11 P block elements, direct straightforward from your NCERT textbook, right? So SNO2 is amphoteric, but SiO is acidic in nature. This is acidic in nature, so this should not be our test, our option. Then we have SiO2, which is also acidic in nature. SNO2 and PbO2 both are amphoteric in nature. Carbon monoxide is neutral, right? So we have the correct answer for this question as option C. If the wavelength, yeah, we have this question, the person who has asked, secret Shairi, if the wavelength of first member of Lyman series is lambda, then the second Lyman is, okay, that we will do it. Okay, right. Next one, how many of the following compounds have sp3 hybridization in the central atom? See, oxygen with water molecule, it has 2 bond pairs and 2 lone pairs. So we have 2 plus 2 arrangement, which means the hybridization is going to be sp3, right? Next one, ammonia molecule, 3 bond pairs and 1 lone pair, which means we have 3 plus 1 arrangement over here, which is again 4. Hybridization is sp3 again. Then we have SiO2 over here. Silicon is covalently linked like this with a single bond. See, it has a network, covalent network like this. So you can find one silicon having 4 bonds. Here also the hybridization of silicon is sp3. Okay, don't think it like Si double bond on double bond, or hybridization should be sp. No, that is wrong. Please refer to the NCERT textbook again. This is again from your textbook again, right? So we have carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxides, carbon is sp hybridized anyways. Bf3, boron, outer electrons are 3, geometry is trigonal planar, hybridization is sp2. So how many of these we have got as sp3, H2O, NH3, SiO2, right? We have also SO2. Let us look at SO2 also. So SO2 has 6 outer electrons, 6. Oxygen 1 sigma 1 pi, second oxygen 1 sigma and 1 pi. So bond pairs are 2, lone pairs 1. So S double bond O, and there is a lone pair. So arrangement is 2 plus 1 over here, which is 3. Hybridization is again sp2. Right? So the correct answer for this question is H2O, NH3 and SiO2. That's it. So we have option B as our correct answer. Right? So I hope I'm clear with this. Moving on to the next question after this. The compound which is white in color, zinc in aqueous solution, obviously, zinc sulfate is white in color. Now, copper sulfate when put in water, it becomes blue because it is blue vitriol. Next one, FeSO4 when it is put in water, it becomes green vitriol, isn't it? FeCl3, it becomes yellowish orange, right? So the correct answer for this question is option A, right? Now, moving on to the next question. After this, decreasing order of electron gain enthalpy of the following elements, just the magnitude, okay, right? So which is having the highest value of electron gain enthalpy, is not asking about the negative sign, okay, only the magnitude. Among all these, fluorine has the highest electron gain enthalpy, so your answer should start with C. You just have only one option, which is C, right? Simple. Okay, so we have C, and then after fluorine we have bromine, sulfur and argon, CBAD. Okay, right. Yes, welcome, 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 Kevin. Right, so let us start solving the questions. Okay, now color of lead 2 iodide PbI2 is yellow in color. Memory based question is this one. There is no logic involved, so PbI2 is yellow in color. Now moving on to the next one. Magnetic behavior of Ni2 plus with coordination number 4 with a strong field ligand. Okay. Now what is the electronic configuration of nickel? Nickel is argon 4s2 3d8. Ni2 plus is argon 4s0 3d8. Okay. Now normally the d8 would appear to you like this. See the d8 configuration 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now we have electrons filled like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the normal state. Okay. Since it is having a strong field ligand with it, forced pairing should occur, right? So you are going to pair it up like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So these two electrons would be paired up. Do you have any unpaired electron now in the presence of a strong field ligand? There is no unpaired electron, so this is going to be a diamagnetic compound. That's it, as simple as that. Now moving on to the next question. See, noble gases have, what has been asked. Noble gases have very high boiling point. Do you think so? This itself is wrong. Noble gases have very, instead of high, it should be very low boiling point. So assertion is wrong. Now, noble gases have weak dispersion forces that do not have hydrogen bonding at all. So they have weak dispersion forces. So assertion is wrong. Reason is correct. The answer should be option D. D for dog, D for donkey, right? Now, next one. Next question after this. Which of the following does not give color with concentrated H2SO4? See, this is from salt analysis chapter. Okay. Now, what we have learned in salt analysis, there would be different groups, group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, etc. and so on. In group 1, we have tests for dilute HCl and dilute H2SO4. Group 2, we have tests for concentrated HCl or concentrated H2SO4, right? So the ions which are present in group 2 would be chloride, bromide, iodide, nitrate, oxalate, etc. These ions are present, isn't it? So if you have bromide, when it reacts with concentrated H2SO4, it produces Br2, which means you would be getting red-brown vapors. Next, nitrate. This would produce NO2 gas. It is going to be again brown vapors. Iodide ion produces iodine, which would be violet in color. So fluoride is not there. It will not give the test for fluoride. So the correct answer for this question is going to be option B. B for ball, right? Now, next one. Next question. Total number of stereoisomers. Total number of stereoisomers, which means it should be geometrical as well as optical, right? So now next one, see, PtEN2Cl2, this is a square, this would bond, one En would bond two bonds, and here you have two, so the geometry is going to be octahedral. You are going to represent it in this way, right? So one En over here, one EN over here bonded like this, another EN over here bonded like this, and then we have two chloride ions, right? Cl and Cl. Okay. Now just put a mirror in between. Okay. When you put a mirror in between, you would be getting the counterpart. The mirror image should be non-superimposable. So the En part, this En would appear over here, and this En would appear over here, and chloride would be at the opposite. Chloride and chloride, right? So these two are optical isomers. Do we have any geometrical isomer out of this? See, let us consider this part. This is our cis form. We have another form which is going to be called as trans form. Okay, see, we have PT and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Let us put En over here, first En over here and second En over here, and then we will put Cl and Cl. So this is our trans form. Okay, this is cis form. This is also cis form. So the two cis forms would have optical isomerism, whereas the trans form does not have an optical isomer, because when you put a mirror, you are not going to get a non-superimposable mirror image. So the number of isomers, stereoisomers, are two cis. I mean, one cis is going to be dextrorotatory, the other one levorotatory, and the other one trans with zero optical activity. So the number of stereoisomers are going to be 3. Okay, right. Next one, next question after this. Next question, no, Kevin, it is 3, it's not 2. Okay, right. Next question after this. Chromate is square planar in shape. Chromate actually appears as CrO4 minus 2. If you open your NCERT textbook, class 12 DNF block elements from that part where we have potassium dichromate, there we have the structure of chromate also. Chromate structure would appear like this: C double bond O, and then O minus and O minus. This is going to be tetrahedral, right? So chromate is tetrahedral. It is not square planar, so A is wrong. Dichromate is formed from chromate ion in acidic medium. See, chromate ion is CrO4 minus 2. Dichromate ion is Cr2O7 minus 2. Okay, right? So this would be formed in acidic medium like this. You need to just balance this. 2 CrO4 minus chromium's balanced. Oxygens, you see 8 oxygens, here you have 7 oxygens, so you'll put 1 H2O, and over here you will put 2 H plus, right? So this particular equation which I have written is there in the NCERT textbook. Okay, so dichromate ion is formed from chromate ion in acidic medium in this way. So option B is correct option, right? In a similar way, we have option C, which it says green compound of Mn is diamagnetic. See, manganese can exist like this, MnO4 minus, or it can exist like this, MnO4 minus 2. This is permanganate. Okay, permanganate, which is pink in color, and this one is manganate. Okay, right? Manganate ion is green in color. This is green in color, and this one is pink in color. So the green compound of manganese, which means he is talking about manganate ion. Okay, so just calculate the oxidation number of manganese over here. X minus 8 is equal to minus 2. X value is plus 6. So the oxidation state of manganese is plus 6, which indicates the electronic configuration represented like this. Normal manganese is argon 4s2 3d5. Now we have argon 4s0 3d1. Okay, you have removed 6 electrons out of 7, so you are just left with 1 electron. Okay, now do you think that this can be diamagnetic? No. See, what does the statement say? Green compound, that is manganate ion, is diamagnetic in nature. There is only 1 unpaired electron, which means this should be paramagnetic, and this should be tetrahedral. So Out of these three options, we have only one option which is correct. It is option D, where it is written only B is correct. Okay, right. Now, next one. Next question. Shall we start? Yeah, important tips. Important tips. See, you have seen as many questions as you can from the previous sessions. All these questions are just directly from your NCERT textbook. Even this shift, right? So please be thorough with your NCERT textbook as much as you can. Your with respect to the inorganic chemistry part, nothing is going out of NCERT. At least organic and physical also are like that this year. So everything is directly from your NCERT. Those who are completely thorough with the NCERT, you can score very good marks in chemistry. Okay, right. Now, next one. Next one, see the next question. The spin-only magnetic moment of NiNH3 6 2 plus. Here the oxidation state of nickel is +2, and you can write it as argon 4s0 3d8. Okay, 4s0 3d8, and here we have 3d subshell where we have 5 orbitals 3d and you have 8 electrons, isn't it? So 8 electrons would be represented normally like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. Okay, now it is having 6 ligands, which means the hybridization can either be sp3d2 or d2sp3, right? Now if you force pair these electrons, are you going to get 2 d vacant orbitals? No. If you force pair these electrons, the vacant orbitals of 3d is just going to be 1, which means this hybridization is not going to be possible. The only possible hybridization is sp3d2, that would start from 4s, 4p and 4d, isn't it? So 4s, 4p and 4d, this would be there, but you will not have any d2sp3 kind of hybridization like this, right? So 2 3 4, now you will be having hybridization like this: sp3 and d2. Hybridization is sp3d2. Now do you find any unpaired electrons? Yes, 2. So you need to calculate spin only magnetic moment. Formula: mu is equal to root over n into n plus 2 Bohr magneton. Put 2 into 2 plus 2, mu is equal to root over 2 into 2 plus 2, which is 4 into root 8, which is 2 root 2, which is 2 into 1.414, approximately 2.8 Bohr magneton. If it is with respect to the nearest integer, you will put 3 as your answer. That's it. That is what which we have to do. Okay, right. Now next one. Next question. After this, we have inorganic chemistry. We have completed our inorganic chemistry. Now we have to start organic chemistry, right? So the first question, see NCERT textbook. We have a haloalkane, alcoholic KOH. What do you think? When haloalkane reacts with alcoholic KOH, you will be getting an alkene, CH3, CH double bond, CH2, right? So this is our compound A. Next, we have added HBr to this. HBr, there is no peroxide, which means Markov-Nikov's rule. You are going to put bromine on the carbon having less number of hydrogens. CH3, CHBr, single bond, CH3. This is your product B. On this, we have added aqueous KOH. Aqueous KOH for substitution, alcoholic KOH for elimination. So in place of Br, we will be getting OH. So this is our product C. Find out the product C. It is propane 2-ol. Correct answer is option B. Straightforward, simple question from haloalkanes chapter. Again, NCERT. Okay, right. Next one. Next question after this. See, the correct IUPAC name. IUPAC name. We have a ketone and an alcohol. So ketone should get the higher preference. So we will start numbering from here. This is our carbon number 1, carbon number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. 7 carbons are there. Since ketone is our preferred carbon, so we will write it as heptane 2-one. Heptane 2-one, two options are there. And seventh position we have hydroxy, 7-hydroxy heptane 2-one. The correct answer is option A. Right? That's it. As simple as that. Simple questions you are getting. Okay. Now, this is from biomolecule. See, one thing, if you are getting simple questions, don't be happy. If you get difficult questions, only then be happy, because if you get simple questions, anyone can do, right? So you should do what others do not do, isn't it? If everybody does these questions, there should be very, very less chance of doing an error. Please keep that in mind. When you feel that the paper is simple for the upcoming shift, if you feel that paper is simple, please be very, very, very careful. Okay, in that case. If you feel that paper is coming difficult, then you can happily attempt the questions. Then you will have a better advantage. Okay, right. Next one, see, glucose P plus HI, red phosphorus plus HI. When we add HI, we are going to get N-hexane. So P should go with 2. Next, glucose does not react with NaHCO3. Q should go with 3. Glucose with bromine water, it will give gluconic acid R4 and saccharic acid for concentrated HNO3 S1. So 2, 3, 4, 1, we have it in option A. Right, simple. Right. Next one, again directly from your NCERT textbook, biomolecule. This one, organic chemistry, some basic principles and techniques from your NCERT textbook. Adsorption method. Adsorption method is used in chromatography. Why will you use it in differential extraction or distillation or sublimation? Anybody can answer this, right? You need not have a knowledge of organic chemistry, some basic principles and techniques. Anyone can do this question. So the correct answer is option A. Okay. Now, pKa of phenol is 10, and whereas pKa of ethyl alcohol is 15.6, right? The values might be a bit different. Ethyl alcohol, it should be 15.9 or something. Anyways, see, if pKa is more, then acidic strength is less. Acidic strength is less. Obviously, phenol is more acidic, so its pKa is less. Okay, so phenol is more acidic than ethyl alcohol. That statement is correct. Now, that converse of that, ethyl alcohol is more acidic than phenol. This is wrong, isn't it? So only statement 1 is correct. Statement 2 is incorrect. So correct answer is option C. Option C. Okay, pKa of phenol is 10. It is more acidic than ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol is more acidic than phenol. It again contradicts statement 1, so it is wrong. Okay. See, now next question, the total number of different alkanes formed from this coal base electrolysis when you take two different sodium salts of carboxylic acid, it proceeds through free radical mechanism, isn't it? So we are going to get a free radical of methyl in this case. Here you are going to get a free radical of ethyl in this case, when you take two different sodium salts of carboxylic acids. Okay. Now, if you just take this, one methyl free radical combines with another to produce this product. One methyl free radical combines with another methyl free radical to produce ethane. In a similar way, one ethyl free radical combines with another ethyl to produce this product, which is butane. Okay. Self combination. Now, third possibility, cross combination. So methyl and ethyl would combine with one another. Methyl and ethyl would combine with one another to produce the third product. We have ethane, we have butane, and we have propane. So the number of products or number of alkanes formed are equal to 3. The number of alkanes formed are equal to 3. That's it. Okay. Right. Now, next question after this, see, we have pH-MgBr. Now, the acidic hydrogen gets replaced. When you are adding a Grignard reagent, the CHO part remains as it is, and we are going to put O minus and MgBr initially, and this pH part goes with the benzene ring anyways, so that is not required. Now, this one, on this we have added NH4Cl, isn't it? When we add NH4Cl, we are getting the same product again. We will be getting benzaldehyde over here and we'll be getting phenol. So how many OH groups are there? There is just one OH group. This is our product P. The number of OH groups in our product P is equal to 1. Okay, right. Next question after this. Species having carbon with sexted valence of electrons and acts as an electrophile, those which have only 6 electrons on carbon atom. Okay, see carb anion, let us say I have taken CH3 minus. It has 6, I'll just put it in this way, CH3 minus C, H, and minus. Look at, count the number of electrons around carbon. You are getting 8, so this should not be our answer. Carbo cation CH3 plus, how many electrons are there around carbon? 6 electrons, so your answer should be carbocation. Free radical, if you consider, free radical we have, let us say CH3 and an electron. So the number of electrons are 7 over here. Okay, now next one. Nitrine has 6 valence electrons on nitrogen, not on carbon. He's asking with respect to carbon. Okay, right? So our correct answer for this question is going to be carbocation. That's it. Okay. Moving on to the next part, which is physical chemistry. First question, on which factor electrical conductivity of an electrolytic cell does not depend? Okay. Which factor electrical conductivity of an electrolyte does not depend? Concentration. It depends on concentration, isn't it? If you change the concentration, the values of electrical conductivity will also change. Amount of electrolyte. If amount of electrolyte added or amount of electrolyte removed, the value that is going to be affected is concentration only, isn't it? So these two are similar to each other. So if it depends on concentration, it will depend upon amount of electrolyte also. Also, we have the temperature. If the value of temperature increases, kinetic energy increases, mobility of ion increases, conduction increases. So it depends upon the temperature. What factor it does not depend? It is the nature of electrode. It does not depend on nature of electrode. Simple question. Okay. Electrochemistry. Now see, questions in JEE exam are asked like this. We have methane. Methane is required for formation of CO2. From methane, how would you form CO2? By combustion. CH4 plus O2 gives rise to CO2 plus H2O. Anyone can do this. Anyone. CH4 plus balance this CH4 plus 2O2 gives rise to CO2 plus 2H2O. Right. So those who are in 11th standard also will do this. Those who have just started 11th class, let us say there is a person who has just started 11th standard, that person will be able to do this question. Okay, right. So here we have 1 mole of methane produces 1 mole of carbon dioxide, right? Molar mass of methane is 16 grams. 16 grams of methane produces how many grams? Molar mass of carbon dioxide is 44 grams of CO2. In the question, we have 22 grams of CO2. If we have 22 grams of CO2 over here, then the number of grams of methane produced would be, this is becoming half, this will also become half. The number of grams of methane produced would be 8 grams of methane. That's it. 8 grams of methane will be produced. Okay. Now the question is, this in terms of moles, convert this into moles. Number of moles of methane is equal to given mass divided by molar mass of methane. Okay. So this is going to be 1 by 2, which is 0.5. 0.5. You need to express that in this way. So this would be written as 50 into 10 to the power minus 2. That's it. 5 into 10 to the power minus 1 or 15 into 10 to the power minus 2. The value of m is going to be 50. The correct answer for this question is option C. Okay, clear. Moving on to the next question after this, we have the next one as, if 1 Faraday of electricity is used in discharging of CO2 plus. See, again, what a simple question. When we have CO2 plus, it requires 2 moles of electrons to produce 1 mole of Cu. Okay, 2 moles of electrons would be for 2 Faraday. to produce 1 mole of copper, that is going to be for 63.5 grams. Molar mass of copper is 63. Atomic mass of copper is 63.5 grams. For 2 Faraday, if it is 63.5, the question is if 1 Faraday, if you use 1 Faraday, then how many grams? How many grams? 63.5 divided by 2, which is 31.75 grams. That's it. So nearest integer is going to be 32 grams. Okay, right? Now, moving on to the next question. I hope you are getting the solutions. What is there to get? Anyone can do this type of questions, isn't it? Right. So moving on to the next one. Wavelength of first transition of Lyman series is lambda. Then the wavelength of second transition series is. So somebody was asking the solution to this question. See, very easy question. Wavelength Lyman series has been told to you. So I'll write it as nu bar is equal to 1 by lambda. 1 by lambda is equal to r into z square into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. Okay, we will calculate the value of r in the beginning. I'll take r as some x into 1 into first transition, isn't it? Lyman ground state is for n1 is 1, first excited state is going to be 2. So 1 by 1 square minus 1 by 2 square. So we have 1 by lambda for, I'll just write it as lambda 1. Okay, so 1 by lambda 1 is equal to x into 1 by 1 minus 1 by 4, which is 3 by 4, isn't it? So this part would be 3x divided by 4. 1 minus 1 by 4 is 3 by 4. So the value of x from this data, we can get it as 4 divided by 3 lambda 1. Okay, so this is our value of x. X is equal to 4 divided by 3 into lambda 1. Now the question is with respect to second series. Again, 1 by lambda 2 is equal to r into z square into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. It is going to second transition series. That means it will move from first orbit to third orbit. So the value of n2 is going to be 3. So 1 by lambda 2 is equal to, in place of r or x, whatever you have taken, in place of that you are going to write 4 divided by 3 into lambda 1. 4 divided by 3 into lambda 1. Okay, right, 3 lambda 1. Z is anyways 1. So this is going to be 1 by 1 minus 1 by 9. It is 8 by 9. So 1 by lambda 2 is equal to 4 by 3 lambda 1 into 8 divided by 9. Just multiply this. This is 32 and this is 27. So 1 by lambda 2 is equal to 32 divided by 27 lambda. 27 lambda. The question is to calculate the value of lambda 2, not 1 by lambda 2. So lambda 2 would be 27 by 32 into lambda, right? So 27 divided by 32 into lambda. Correct answer is option A. That's it. Okay, you just calculated the value of r over here and substituted it over there to get the new value of lambda. That is what which we have done in this question. Okay. Now, the next one. The number of metals used in batteries are nickel cadmium cell. This is again used in a battery. Next one, manganese. This is dry cell, primary battery, primary storage, and this one goes for secondary storage, right? So these three are used. We don't have any use of iron and chromium anywhere in the batteries. So our correct answer for this question is going to be option, number, which is 2. Okay. Now, next one. Which of the combination shows positive deviation from Raoult's law? Positive deviation from Raoult's law. See, in the case of a water molecule, in the first option we have ethanol and water. In the case of a water molecule, the number of hydrogen bonds are, in the case of water, the number of hydrogen bonds are equal to 4. Okay. And when we have an ethanol molecule, the number of hydrogen bonds are 2. Okay. Now, between two water molecules, two water molecules, if an ethanol molecule comes into the picture, the number of hydrogen bonds would decrease for water molecule. If the hydrogen bonds decrease, the vapor pressure increase, the boiling point decreases, it would show positive deviation from Raoult's law. So ethanol and water would show positive deviation from Raoult's law. Phenol and aniline, the hydrogen bonding is going to be more intense over here between these two in comparison to only phenol and only aniline. Again, these two would show negative deviation from Raoult's law. You have acetone over here, CH3, C double bond O, CH3, and we have chloroform, CHCl3, right? So between these two, there would be a hydrogen bonding in comparison to pure chloroform and pure acetone. So the correct answer for this question is option A, right? So directly from Raoult's law, it has been asked. So expect a question from negative deviation from Raoult's law in the second shift. Okay. Now, next one after this, A gives rise to 2P. So you just need to write in terms of case, simple question. It is there in your NCERT. So let us prove this again. So A gives rise to 2P. A gives rise to 2P. Now let us consider when time is equal to 0, the initial pressure of A as Pi. At initial time, the pressure of 2P is going to be 0, right? Because the reaction has not yet started. Now, at time is equal to some time t, let us say the reaction is moving in forward direction. The pressure of P would increase. That would increase by 2x. How much is left over here? Pi minus x. Okay. So P total at equilibrium is going to be Pi minus x plus 2x. This would be P total is equal to Pi plus x, right? So this is the value of P total. Now from this we can get the value of x. X is equal to P total. I'll just write it as Pt minus Pi. X is Pt minus Pi. Now how would you write it for first order reaction? K is equal to 2.303 by T log C naught by Ct. We do not have C naught over here. We have P. So we will write it as log initial pressure, which is Pi. And after some time, the pressure is Pi minus x, isn't it? So Pi divided by Pi minus x. Now we have the value of x with us. So we can write the value of Pi minus x like this. Pi minus x is equal to Pi minus, put the value of x, which is Pt minus Pi. Pi minus Pt minus Pi. So Pi minus x can be represented as Pi and plus Pi. This would be 2Pi minus Pt, right? So in place of Pi minus x, what can we write? 2Pi minus Pt. So K is equal to 2.303 divided by T log Pi divided by 2Pi minus Pt. So wherever we get this, that is going to be our answer. Okay. So 2.303 by T log Pi divided by 2Pi minus Pt. Now, where is log over here? There is no log, so this is wrong. 2.303 by T log Pi divided by 2Pi minus Pt. So when you use this one, you are not going to use 2.303, isn't it? This is not log base 10, log base E, this one. So we have here we have 2.303 by T log 2Pi. No, wrong. So Pi divided by 2Pi minus Pt is our answer. The correct answer for this question is option B. Right. Next one, the next question, see, what is the expression for Kc for the following reaction? Can the question be more simpler than this from equilibrium? So you need to write concentration of products divided by the concentration of reactants raised to their stoichiometric coefficients. So stoichiometric coefficients in all the cases are just 1. So here you see 2. So this is wrong. FeSCN 2 whole plus divided by Fe3 plus and SCN minus. This is our correct answer. You are getting a square over here. Wrong. Again, you have FeSCN 2. This is also wrong. Okay, so the correct answer is option B for ball. Okay, right. Next one. Find the value of delta G naught for the following reaction at 298 Kelvin. Okay, delta G naught is equal to minus 2.303 RT minus 2.303 RT log K, right? So let us calculate the approximate values. Why approximate values? Because just look at the answers: 200, 163, 143, 243. The answers are far apart. Let us do approximation, right? So 2.303 into R value, they have given it as 8.314. I'll take it as 25 divided by 3. Okay, 25 divided by 3 for easier calculations. And we have temperature given to you as 298. We'll approximate it 300. Okay, and into log K. Log of what? 2.47 into 10 to the power minus 29. We will approximate again this as 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 29. Let us solve log 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 29 first. I'll write it as 25 into 10 to the power minus 30. So this would be log 5 square plus log 10 to the power minus 30. So this is going to be 2 log 5 minus 30 log 10. Okay, so 2 into 0.699 or something, so 2 approximately 0.7 minus 30. So this would be equal to 1.4 minus 30. 30 minus 1, 29, 29 minus 0.4, 28.6 minus 28.6 is the answer for this log value. This is minus 28.6. So you will write this as minus of minus again. So your answer is going to be anyways in plus 2.303 into, we will cancel this out 300 times 2.303 into 25 into 100 into this part, we have got the answer as 28.6. Okay, into 28.6, right? So again, set of approximation over here, 2 into 25, right? So this is 50 into 100, which is going to be 5,000 into 3, which is 15,000. I'm making it as 30. 15,000. If it is 30, it is going to be 1,50,000. 1,50,000, right? Something more than 1,50,000 should be our answer. The answer for this should be 163 kilojoules per mole. If you don't believe, do the calculation on your own. You'll get this answer only. So that's all. I think we have completed all the questions from this particular session. I hope you have understood all the concepts clearly. Everything was from NCERT. All the best for the second session. Those who are attempting, good luck. Thank you. Have a great day. Within few minutes, your maths faculty would be joining for maths paper discussion. Right.
Hello, my dear students. Welcome to Physics Wallah. Welcome to Shift 1, 31st January 2024 Mathematics discussion. How are you all? Please respond, my dear students. Hi, Shanmuka. How are you? Am I audible? Kevin, how are you, my dear Kevin? So nice. No, Kevin, no arts break time. It's a time. बहुत बढ़िया. Great. Hi Bharani, how are you? Mahi? Okay, let's start. Mathematics. First question from the session from determinant. In yesterday's session also, a few questions from the determinants without expanding, right? So directly we applied looking at the sin x. Here we want both f of 0 as well as f dash of 0. First let us find f of 0. What is f of 0? F of 0 is 0, 2, minus 1, 1, 0, 4, 1, 6, minus 2. So when you find its determinant, minus 1 times what do you get? Minus 4 plus 6, so plus 2, plus 1, 8. So what we would get, this is equal to 6. Right? So that is a 2 times of f of 0. 0, 2, acha, this is also 0. 1, 0, 4, 1, 6, minus 2. So then correct it, minus 1 times minus 4 plus 1, what do you get? 8. So 8 plus 4, 12. 2 times f of 0 is 24. Now coming to f dash of 0. F dash of 0. So you observe f dash of 0, we will have 3 determinants, right? The first determinant after differentiating, we will put x is equal to 0. If you differentiate here, 3x square, we are putting 0, it will be 0. This is also 0 because it's 6x, and this is also 0, right? So this is 3x square, that is 0, but minus 1 will be there. Minus 1 will be there. So this coming to the second as it is 1, 0, 4, no change in it. And 1, 6, minus 2, there is no change. Now coming to the second determinant, so this is 0, 2, 0, no change. And here derivative 4x. So putting x is equal to 0, 0. This is 2. And derivative of 4, 0. No change here also, 1, 6, minus 2. Last one, 0, 2, 0 as it is, 1, 0, 4, no change in the first column as well as the second column. Now coming to the third column, derivative 3, and here derivative 3x square. So putting x is equal to 0, 0, here 2x, that is also 0. Now we need to find it's a determinant. So while you are finding the determinant, once look at here, this is equal to 0, 0, minus 1. So minus 1 times it's a cofactor. What is the cofactor of minus 1? So 6. Now coming to here, 1 time this is 0. This part becomes 0. Here 3 times 8, right? Plus 3 times 8. 24, 18. 24 minus 6. So this is 18. 30, 42. 42 is the answer. Okay, so of course, if you apply the simplest ways, then we can make it. So expanding the determinant may become lengthy, right? Next question, find the maximum integral value of a. Maximum value of a for which this equation. So this is like a quadratic only. Rational quadratic form is given, right? Quadratic expression, rational quadratic expression. So if you observe x square plus 8x plus 32, x square plus 8x plus 32. In this case, determinant is equal to 64 minus 4 times 32, which is less than 0. So that means x square plus 8x plus 32 is greater than 0 for all x's belonging to R. This is the most interesting and important point from quadratic expression. So this is always positive. There is no role of x square plus 8x plus 32 with respect to sign of this rational expression. So we can leave it. So just we need to look at the numerator, ax square plus 2 times a plus 1x plus 9a plus 4, which is less than 0. Understand, this is for all x's belonging to R, it should be negative. For all x's belonging to R, a quadratic expression is a negative or positive. For every x's belonging to R, first and foremost point is discriminant less than 0. And at the same time, that sign should coincide with the coefficient of x square. So what is the coefficient of x square? Coefficient of x square, it should be negative. If coefficient of x square is a positive, it is never be greater than 0 for every x belonging to R, right? So that is the important point. So should not neglect a less than 0. So then discriminant is less than 0. When what is the discriminant? 4 times a plus 1 whole square minus 4 times a times 9a plus 4, which is less than 0. We can cancel out a. Now let us write 9a square would come here a square, so minus 8a square, coming to a, here 2a, here minus 4a, so minus 2a, coming to constant, it's a plus 1, which is less than 0. Then what do you get? We would get 8a square plus 2a minus 1, which is greater than 0. Multiplying on both sides by minus 1, right? What do you say, Shanmukh? So 8a square. So factors 8 minus 8. So that means 4a square. We can write directly 4 2 jar. So 2a something and 4a something, which is greater than 0, but plus 2a. So here plus 1, here minus 1. Now you can check it. 8a square plus 4a minus 2a minus 1. So which is a is less than minus 1 by 2 or a is greater than 1 by 4. But a less than 0. A less than 0. Right? So then what is the right answer? A is belonging to minus infinity to minus 1 by 2. But we want maximum integral value. What could be the maximum integral value? So maximum integral value will be minus 1. So maximum value in this set is minus 1. Right? That's what it is. Now, next question. F of x is equal to, so this time we got the composition of two functions. All previous papers we right, so most of the questions are different, not a composition, but this time we got the composition. In this composition, g of x is equal to f circle f of x. What is f circle f of x? F of x. What does it mean? F of 4x plus 3 by 6x minus 4. So the easiest way without any confusion is wherever x is there, we keep one bracket, don't write anything in this step. So just keep one bracket here. But what is there in place of x? 4x plus 3. Now you can just replace. That's all. That's the simplest way without any confusion. Even we have a complex expressions inside f. That's all. Just keep one bracket wherever x is present. After that, replace that bracket by the given number. So now let's make it directly. So we are so busy, right, in the examination hall. So we have to make a calculation, right, accurately and within less time. So that, hi Rohit. Now let us consider x coefficient. For 4 jar, how much? The 16. When you take a cross multiplication, I mean LCM, 6 3 jar 18. So 16 plus 18, how much? What is the 16 plus 18? So 34. So 34x. Next, coming to the constant. Here 4 3 jar 12. Here 4 3 jar 12 got cancelled. Achha. So next 24x here. Here also 24x got cancelled. 6 3s are 18 and 18 plus 4 4s are 16. 18 plus 16 again 34. Oh, so nice. So 34 got cancelled. Hi Yuvraj. Right. So g of x is equal to f of x. So when g circle g of 4 which is equal to g circle g of 4, g of x is x, it's an identity function, right, which is 4. So again g of 4, that is 4, g of 4 is equal to 4, so that is 4 only, right. The moment when we get f of x is equal to, I mean g of x is identity function, then it has gone. Right? So composition. Next, coming to the next point, if the system of linear equation, always we are telling from matrices and determinants, two most crucial models. One is adjoint or determinant properties, inverse properties. The second most crucial point is the system of equation. So this time we got system of equations. In the system of equations, I already told you, let us use last time also rank method or Gauss-Jordan method when you have more parameters, right? So let us see in this question, the system of linear equation has infinitely many solutions. As infinitely many solutions, then find 12 alpha plus 13 beta. Infinitely many solutions, then case is delta, delta 1, delta 2, delta 3, all four must be equal to 0. So that's what we have. But we want alpha. Alpha and beta both are contained in this determinant. So that's why you won't get directly. But let us try to get directly. Is it possible? Luckily, constant terms are not containing, right? Parameter. So let us take one way. Alpha, where alpha is there? Second, right? Now, let us take delta 3. So, delta 3 means 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Next, minus 2, coefficient of alpha, and minus 1. And third column is constants, minus 4, 5, and 3, right? So then we have only alpha, directly we will get alpha. So let us use, right? So in this case, 1 time 3 alpha plus 5, 3 alpha plus 5, plus 2 times 6 minus 15, 6 minus 15, 9, minus 9, minus 4 times minus 2 minus 3 alpha, right? So which is equal to 0. So this is 0. Then what do you get? 3 alpha. So here 4 3s are 12. So 12, 15 alpha. So this is 15 alpha. Next, coming to the constants, 5, minus 18, and plus 8. Plus 8. So 8 plus 5. What is 8 plus 5? 13. So 13 minus, so minus 5 which is equal to 0. So alpha is equal to 1 by 3. 5 3 sure. But we want 12 alpha. So what is 12 alpha? So 12 alpha is equal to 4. Right? Similarly, let us use the another logic. Right? Another logic. What is another logic now? The logic is, let us consider the determinant which is containing only beta. So that means I will take delta 2. Delta 2 also 0. Delta 2 means 1, 2, 3. Second column will be replaced by constant matrix 4, 5, 3. Third as it is. What is the third? 1. Here Z coefficient 3. Here Z coefficient beta. So that you would get directly beta. So now let us expand over third column. That could be more easy. So 3 times minus 12 minus 5. Minus 12 minus 5. So minus 17. Minus 3 times 3 minus 2, 1. Beta times 5 plus 8, right? 5 plus 8, 13, which is equal to 0. See, directly we got it, na? So 13 beta, which is equal to, this is 51, 53, 54. Yes. So 12 alpha is 4, 13 beta is 54. So 54 plus 4, 58 is the answer. Okay. So how we have used, right, our noun points effectively in order to answer this question in the easiest manner. Right? Yes, Madhu. So even the questions are easy. Why we are not able to do? So we know how the question is, but the calculation. So usually we take a lengthy calculation. Suppose instead of doing a 2 minutes or 5 minutes, if you go with the calculation, and we are not trained before the examination, while we are writing a grand test exam, we need to correct our results, all these things, right? If you go directly to the exam and writing, so we know the things, right? We have acquaintance with those questions, but we are not able to do it, right? When you look at the all questions, so most of the questions has known to me, but coming to the result, so as you said, correct? So before practice, Nana Madhu, right? So before exam, the practice what we need to make, that is important point. Okay, right? So let's move on to the next question. See, Madhu, as you asked, Madhu, this is a sum of the series, right? Sum of the series. When we have a sum of the series, almost all the cases, the first and foremost point which comes in our mind is, what is that? Telescopic series or difference method, right? So immediately we need to respond in that way. So when we observe here nth term, so TR, so nth term we will write Tn is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. So that means our nth term will contain n by 1 minus 3. So because 1, 1, 1, 1 common, 3 is also common. Here 1, first term containing 1 square, second term 2 square, third term 3 square. So nth term n square plus 1 power 4, 2 power 4, 3 power 4. So n power 4. So now our target is expressing this term as a difference of two consecutive terms. That is our thought process. So how effectively we manipulate these expressions in order to write as a difference of two common terms, right? So that's what we are making it. N square, we need to understand this portion. So this is like a difference of the terms. When you have a difference of the terms, but we are not getting any factors, right? But you observe, I can write it as n square minus 1 whole square minus n square. Because 3n square, no? I will give 2n square to it. So then it is like a minus b whole square. Remaining n square minus n square I have written. Yes, I got it. This is like x square minus y square. So what I would get, n square minus 1 plus n. N square minus 1 minus n. Now what is the difference of these two terms? N square minus 1 will get cancelled, right? Only 2n. So that's way what we follow here, 1 by n square minus n plus 1 minus 1 by n square minus plus n minus 1. Let us write reverse. This is a plus 1 and here minus 1. And this is minus 1. Once you observe, when we write the numerators, n square will get cancelled. Here minus n, here also minus n. Then what do you get? I think it's better. Minus is before and plus is here, right? So then you got the 2n, but n is there. I will write 1 by 2 outside. Just partial fraction. Simple manipulation what I made. Okay. So n square got cancelled. Here plus n, here minus of minus plus n, 2n. Here minus 1 plus 1 got cancelled. So I made here 1 by 2. So now series is equal to S is equal to summation Tn. N is running from 1 to 10. Once you observe, 1 by 2 keep 1 by 2 outside. First term n is equal to 1. 1 by minus 1 minus What do you get here? 1 got cancelled. That is also 1 by 1. Next. That is 1, right, minus 2. Next, plus. When we give it 2, what do you get? 1 by 2 square minus 2 minus 1. 4, that means 1. Minus 1 by 2 square plus 2 minus 1. 4, 2, 6, 5. Obviously, we'll get 1 by 5 here minus 1 by, when we take the 3 here, 3 square, 9, 9 plus 3, 12. So, 11. Plus and so on plus. Last one, 10. When we give 10, 100. This is 100. 100 minus 11. 99. Right? So, now 100 plus 10 minus 1. 110, 109. This is what it is. If you observe, these terms got cancelled. Obviously, these two. So, what do you get finally? 1 by 2 times minus 1 minus 1 by 109. We want, yeah, so 2 will be there, 1 by 2. This is minus 110 by 109. If you divide, minus 55 by 109. So, minus 55 by 109 is the right answer. Right? So, this is what it is. This is also, right, easiest method using a telescopic series. But most important point here is, this is a most important point, right? Expressing as a difference of the two terms. Next. Next, one more beautiful question. I will give you simplest answer ever. Sine inverse trigonometric function. Let us take sine inverse of alpha is equal to A, sine inverse of beta is equal to B, sine inverse of gamma is equal to C. What do you get? Alpha is sine A, beta is sine B, gamma is sine C. A plus B plus C is 180 degrees. So, this is a triangle. Here, once you observe this is a given one. I could write alpha plus beta whole square minus gamma square is equal to 3 alpha beta. Afterwards, simplest method, alpha square plus beta square minus gamma square. Here you will get 2 alpha beta. If you send it other side, minus 2 alpha beta. So, alpha square plus beta square plus gamma square by alpha beta, which is equal to 1. Right? So, 3 alpha beta here, alpha square plus beta square plus 2 alpha beta, I have written other side, 3 alpha beta minus alpha beta. Right. So, now minus gamma square, which is equal to 1. What is alpha? Alpha is sine A. Let us apply properties of triangles. As we know, A sine A is equal to 2R. Right? So, A is equal to 2R sine A. A is 2R sine A. So, that means sine A is equal to A by 2R. A by 2R. So, if you multiply numerator and denominator by 4R square, this alpha square, right, sine square A, 4R square, sine square B, 4R square, sine square C. So, that means what it is nothing but A square plus B square minus C square by, right, AB. What I do, I divide on both sides by 2. Do you remember? This is like a cosine rule. Cos C is equal to 1 by 2. C is equal to 60 degrees. The easiest way. C is equal to 60 degrees. When C is equal to 60 degrees, what they are asking? Gamma. So, gamma is sine 60 degrees. Sine 60 degrees is equal to root 3 by 2. So, what we have applied here? So that's what we have applied here. So this is the important point, the cosine rule. This is the cosine rule what we have applied. And we introduced this sine rule also. So if you know those two things and applied, so very easily we can do this question. So gamma is equal to root 3 by 2. Next. Now the question from circles, right? So in circles, first we need to understand the given data, visualize if it is possible, then take a course of action. These are the 3 steps we follow always. So first let us read with our mind and heart both. If one of the diameter of the circle is a chord of another circle and whose center is the point of intersection of the lines, 2x plus 3y is equal to 12, 3x minus 2y is equal to 5. Then the radius of the circle. So what they have given? They have given 2 circles. That is a one circle. The first one is, so one circle. And the second circle is, the second circle. This is the one, right? So here, what is the information is? Right. Yeah. Let's take, this is A and this is B. This is the center. One of the diameter of the circle. So this is the diameter of the smaller circle, this circle. So what is the point here? This is C. C is 5 minus 2. And we will find radius also 25, 4, 25, 4, 29, 29 minus 6, 13. 25 plus 4 minus 13. What do you get? 29 minus 13, 16. So which is 4. So this is this length is equal to 4. Yes. Okay, fine. Next. Whose center is the another circle whose center is the point of intersection of the line. So this center is also given. So somewhere this center is there. What is the center here? How do you find point of intersection of these two lines? Minus 12 is equal to 0. 3x minus 2y minus 5 is equal to 0. Let us use the cross multiplication method. 3 minus 2 minus 12 minus 5, 2, 3, 3 minus 2. So then x by what I would get? Minus 15 plus 24. Minus 15 plus 24. Minus 15. No, minus 24 only. Right? So 39. So minus 39. Which is equal to y by minus 36 plus 10. So minus 26. Which is equal to 1 by minus 4 minus 9. So minus 13. So then what do you get? The center is 39 by 13, 3. So 3 comma 2. So this center is 3 comma 2. What do you want? We want radius. This is what we want. Right? So this is C1 and this is C2. What is C1, C2? C1, C2 is under root 5 minus 3, 2, 4 and minus 2 minus. So 16. What do you get? Root 20. Root 20 means, okay, just root 20 we'll write. So here radius we want r square is equal to C1 C2 whole square, it's a right angle triangle, and BC square. What is C1 C2 whole square? 20 plus BC square is equal to 16. So 36. Then what is R? R is equal to 6. Just if you understand the question and visualize and apply the things, then we would get it even. It is a question from circles, coordinate geometry. Hi, Manish. How are you, Manish? Hakul, Adarsh, Sunitha, Shuhail. Next question, limit x is tending to 0, e power mod 2 sin x minus 2 times mod sin x minus 1 by x square but actually limit x is tending to 0, modulus is there. X is tending to 0, modulus is there. We need to find left and right limit. Left limit, right? So left limit and right limit we need to find. But what I observed here, when we apply, actually we apply always first and foremost point in such questions, we learned the expansion. Expansions will help us a lot, right? So when we look at the expansions, we are getting these first terms. So because what the expansion here? E power x, 1 plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial plus and so on. So because of this, with the given one, 2 mod sin x and minus 1, no role of modulus. So that will not affect much. So that's the reason what I will do, I will apply expansion. So when we apply expansion, as we observe, first term is 1, here minus 1, both will get cancelled. Second x means mod 2 sin x, here mod 2 sin x, both will get cancelled. It starts from the second term. So that means 2 square, 4 times sin x, mod sin x whole square by 2 factorial plus 8 times mod sin x whole cube by 3 factorial plus and so on. That how it will go. Those two got cancelled. This is x square. This is x square, right? Once you observe, usually x is tending to modulus, but x is tending to 0. This is a square present. So that plus sign or minus sign will not affect. For example, if you got, so this term is also given here. It starts from x cube. So we need to calculate in the two different cases. So then you may get does not exist. But here, no need to worry about this. Modulus is present and square is also present. So no need to worry. Left and right limit both will have the same sign. So no question of does not exist. So then what we will write? Coefficient of x square sin x by x 1, that will become 4 by 2. So 4 by 2 is 2. Remaining every part will become 0. Expansion. So 2 is the right answer. Suppose it is starting from x cube and that term is also given 8 times sin x whole power 3 mod sin x power 3 by 3 factorial. In that case, answer would be does not exist. But here directly 2. Next, find a number of different words from distribution taking 4 at a time. Taking 4 at a time. So calculation based method, and this is also direct question from the permutation and combination. Many times, many serious JEE aspirant will come across many times such models, right? So that is also direct method. Now we need to calculate the given letters. I, how many I's? 1, 2, 3. 3. Next T is also repeated. 1, 2, only 2. Right? Next, I think all are different. D, I is done. S, T done. R, B, U, T, I, O, N. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So 4 at a time. We don't have direct formula in this case. Why? Because not just selection, different words. When the different words, we need to arrange them. When we are arranging, those all are not different. And it will vary. How many like terms, how many are unlike. So we are not aware about it. We will get different possibilities. That's the reason we don't have a direct single formula in this case. So what we will do, we will write it into the cases. What are the cases? What are the cases? So what are the cases here? The cases are 3 alike, 1 different. So 4 alike is not possible. So 2 alike, 2 alike. So 2 alike of one kind, 2 alike of another kind. So because the 3, 2 is present. Second case, 2 alike, 2 different. Right? So 2 alike, 2 different. Next, all different. That's all. All different. These are the 4 possible cases. Right? 4 alike is not possible, so that is not given. 2 alike, 2 alike. 2 alike of one kind, 2 alike of another kind. So 2 alike, 2 different. So these are the possibilities. So now we are going for the different words. So that means we need to arrange also. First we need to select 3 alike. So this is the only one case we need to take it. And 1 different. How many different letters? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is also 1, right? So 8. So out of 8, get 1. 8C1 into how many letters do you have at present? 4 letters. Arrange them 4 factorial in which 3 are alike. So 4 factorial by 3 factorial. So 8C1 is 8. 4 factorial by 3 factorial is 4. So directly this is 32. Next. 2 alike, 2 alike. So 2 alike means only 2 groups are there. We take both. So 2C2 actually 2C2, that what we will write if you are. Next, now we have 4 letters, 4 factorial in which 2 are alike of one kind by 2 factorial, 2 are alike of another kind by 2 factorial. So 2C2 1, 4 factorial 24, 24 by 4, that will become 6. Next, 2 alike of one kind. So 2 such groups are there. Either you can take both I or both T. So that means out of the 2 choices, take one choice. Either both I or both T. Right. Into 2 different. How many different? Here 7, because we will take only one between these 2. So we left 1. So there will be one more different. So 8 different. Out of 8 you need 2. So now we have 4 factorial in which 2 are alike, 2 factorial. 2C1 to 2 factorial, both will get cancelled. So 8C2 we need to write 8C2, 8 times 7 by 2 times 1, this is a 4, 7 4s are 28. And 4 factorial by 2 factorial, 24 by 2, so 2 already got cancelled. So 28 into 24 is also required, right? 32, 3, 8, 11 and 16, 1, 5. So 276, 672. So this is 672. Next, all are different. How many different? 7, 8, 9. So 9, 9C4, 4 factorial. 9C4 into 4 factorial. So how do you write the 9C4? 9C4 calculate 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 2s are 8. So 3 here 3 times. So 21 times 6. So that means 6, 126. And 4 factorial 24. So 126 times 24. Again you multiply 6 4s are 24. 4 2s are 8, 10, 1, 5. And 126 times 125, 250, 252. So which is 4, 2, 3024. 3024. So add all. So 3024, 672, 38, 10, 14, 1, 10, 13, 1, 7, 3, 4. 3, 7, 3, 4. So these are the cases, different cases. Okay, right. So this is a calculation based question. Now again a question from our favorite chapter vectors, A bar, B bar, C bar, be 3 vectors. A vector P satisfies. So this is also direct model, right? Many times we come across these models. So what it is? P cross B, which is equal to C cross B. What I could write here, P bar minus C bar cross B bar, which is equal to 0 bar. So cross product of 2 vectors, 0 vector. Then 3 possibilities, either first vector 0 or the second vector 0, or one vector is a parallel to other vectors. So these vectors are not 0 vectors. So P bar minus C bar is parallel to this. That means lambda times B bar. So then P bar is equal to C bar plus lambda times B bar. That's what it is. But they have given P bar dot A bar is equal to 0. So take a dot product by A, which is equal to C dot A plus lambda times B dot A. P dot A is 0, then C dot A. What is C dot A? Let us make it directly. 3 ones are 3, minus 3 minus 8. So this is minus 8 plus lambda times B dot A. So B dot A, 4 times 3, 12 plus 1 minus 14. Minus 14. So 13 minus. So minus 1. So lambda is equal to minus 8. So this is what it is. So if lambda is minus 8, but we want this. So that means we want P bar. So P bar is C bar minus 8B bar, which is C bar. Yeah, we'll write it directly. C bar 1. This is 8 minus 8. 8 4s are 32. 1 minus 32. So minus 31 I cap. Next, minus 3. Here minus 8. Minus 11 J cap. 4. 7 8s are 56. So 52. Right? Yes, 52. So once again, C bar 4, 8, 7 8s are 56. So 4 minus 56 minus 52 K cap. That's all. We want P dot I minus J minus K. What is that? Just dot product. 31, 1 minus 31 plus 11 plus 52. So this is what our answer is. 63 minus 31 plus 63. So what is the answer? 32 is the answer. Right? 32 is the answer. Based on parallel vector. Question is given based on parallel vectors. So this is next question. Next question. Now this geometry question from foci and latus rectum only. Find the square of eccentricity of. Okay. So what is the first one? First one is the ellipse. X square by a square plus y square by b square, which is equal to 1. Foci. Foci is plus or minus 5. So AE is equal to 5. And latus rectum. Latus rectum is 2b square by a. We must know these values. Root 50. Right? So root 50 means 5 root 2. Two b square by a. So that means root 2 b square by a is equal to 5. If it is necessary, we will use it later. Coming to AE is equal to 5. A square E square is equal to 25. A square E square is a square minus b square, which is equal to 25. Right. But we want, what do you want? In case of hyperbola, a square, x square by a square minus y square by a square b square is equal to 1. So this is the eccentricity of hyperbola, EH, which is equal to 1 plus. This is a square b square by a square. That means 1 plus b square. We need b square in order to answer this question. Right? So for that, we need to use these two conditions. B square is equal to, B square is equal to. So that means I will substitute here. A square minus, what is B square? 5a by root 2, which is equal to 25. So quadratic equation, root 2a square minus 5a minus 25 root 2 is equal to 0. So we need factors of this equation. Root 2a square minus 5a minus 25 root 2 is equal to 0. Generally, what I do always, we multiply 5 and 25 into root 2. So that means 50. So factors of 50, 10 5s are, right? So 10 5s are 50 and minus 5. I think we can manage it. So 2 root 2a something, a minus something, we need to balance this. 5a we want. So 10. So that means 5 root 2, I will write it here. If I write 5 root 2, what do you get? Root 2a into 5 root 2. So 10a. And here, this is a plus 5. So this is plus 5a. That's all. So a is not negative, a is a positive value, a is equal to 5 root 2. See how easy it is. So b square is equal to 5a by root 2. So 5 times 5 root 2 by root 2. Root 2 got cancelled. 25. B square is 25. Then we have 1 plus 25, which is equal to root 26. Right? So then square of the eccentricity answer is 26. A simple calculation. Right? Kevin? Ashish? How are you, Ashish? Akash? JEE Mains. No, Akash, just practice. Just practice. Hi, Chandu. Right? We need to challenge ourselves every day in this practice. See, first time when we learn, always we have fear, right? Yeah. Now we have reached to another favorite chapter, differential equation. So now let us see the differential equation question here. Y dx dy is equal to x times. So I think everything is like dx by dy. It's better to make it x by y. So what I do, dx by dy is equal to x by y, and this is a log x by y. That could be better, right? Again plus x by y. You can take x by y is equal to, it's like a homogeneous equation. X is equal to vy dx by dy, which is equal to v plus y times dv by dy. Just replace standard method, v plus y times dv by dy, which is equal to v log v plus v. V got cancelled. We are so happy when these terms got cancelled. The simplification, differentiation will be, integration will be more simple. Then, my dear students, dv by v times log v, which is equal to dy by y. Here integral, here also integral. Yes. Log y derivative 1 by y. So derivative of log y is here. So that means this is nothing but log of log v, which is equal to log y. Everything is coming in terms of log. Let us write log c. So log v is equal to cy. So this is what it is. So what is v? So log x by y, which is equal to cy. So just find c by putting the values e1, e comma 1. So when we write e and 1, x is equal to e, y is equal to 1, log e1 and y is 1. So c is 1, c is 1, right? So this is the right answer. D is the right answer. Yes. Next. Next, another beautiful question from, this is from binomial theorem. 1 plus x, 1 minus x square, 1 plus 3 by x square plus 3 by x plus 1 by x cube power 5. So 1 plus x. Again, this question tests our presence of mind when we are looking at this expression. If you observe, that is nothing but 1 by 1 plus x whole power 3. 3 power 5, so 15. Have you noticed here? Always we remember a plus b whole cube, right? A cube plus 3a square, b plus 3ab square plus b cube, right? So similar weight is there. So we can write it as a 1 plus 1 by x power 15. So when we simplify this, 1 plus x, here also 1 plus x, what I could write, 1 minus x times 1 plus x power, here 2 more, so 17 by x power 15. So this is the given expansion, given expression, right? So in this, see, we have simplified successfully with our standard binomial forms. So whenever we get the standard binomial forms, directly we will apply. So in this case, sum of the coefficients of x cube coefficient and x power minus 13 coefficient. So coefficient of x cube. So coefficient of x cube in the given expansion is coefficient of x cube. So 15. So coefficient of x power 15 in 1 minus x times 1 plus x power 17. Do you agree? Because if you get x power 18 coefficient in the numerator, but already x power 15 is there, so that finally it could be coefficient of x power 3. So that's the reason I am finding coefficient of x power 18. But the maximum power of x in the second binomial expansion is 17 only. So you won't get anything here, right? One time. So minus x times, when we multiply x power 17 by x, you would get, right. So that is nothing but 1 only, na? Here minus 1, there is 17c 17. So 1 only. This is how simple it is after looking at here. So coefficient of next one, coefficient of x power minus 13. So that means coefficient of x power minus 13. Minus 13. So meaning x power 15 is there. So coefficient of x square in 1 plus x, 1 minus x times 1 plus x whole power 17. So we need coefficient of x square. So coefficient of x square, for your reference, I will write 1 minus x. This is 1 plus 17c1 x plus 17c2 x square plus and so on. Like that you would get the expansion. We want coefficient of x square. So what is the coefficient of x square? 1 is multiplied by 17c2. So that is 17c2 minus 17c1. That's all. No other term present here. Right? So because after that x cube will come, so x cube is multiplied by 1, you would get x cube is multiplied by x, you will get x power 4. So there are only two possibilities to get x power 2. So what is 17c2? The easiest way to calculate the 17 into 16 by 2 minus this is 17, this is 8. So don't multiply. Of course you have multiply, you know multiplication. Don't show your prowess of multiplication here. Just take the common 17, 8 minus 1, 7. So now you multiply. Why unnecessarily multiply there and again subtract? So 7 and this is a 7 and 49, right? 119. This is 119. But sum we want. The sum is equal to first coefficient minus 1. This is 119. We would get 118. Right? So this is how we can enjoy the calculation. This is a minimum number. Many times we are getting it. Just you can practice this question. You will get the answer is 15 in this case. Right? So checking those possible cases. Right. Now another beautiful question. This question will differentiate the rankers from the others. Right? A few questions will be there. 3 to 4 questions, such questions will be there. These questions only differentiate, right, rest from the rankers. Right? Hi Sunny. Now let us see. Y square is equal to, y square is less than or equal to 4x. This is okay. X is less than 4. Fine. So that means what is the diagram here? Right. Now we have a parabola. We have a parabola. Right. After that, we have a line here. So this line is nothing but right. So this is nothing but 4. This is 4. So inside this is. But one more condition is there. What is that? Y. This whole part is less than 0. So when y is, but we don't know y can be positive as well as a negative. We will take y is greater than 0. When y is greater than 0, what do you get remaining? X minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3, x minus 4, which is less than 0. So when such expressions are there, what we will do? We will take a wavy curve method. Everybody knows. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. That's all. We want less than 0. When we want it is less than 0, which cases are we getting? More than 0 is enough, right? So y is greater than 0 and we are also working for y greater than x greater than 0. So less than 0, 1 to 2. So 1 to 2. Right? This is 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. 2 to 3. Right. So that means this is 1, 2, 1 to 2, negative, 1 to 2, yes. Next 3 to 4. 3 to 4. So then this is not required. It's 3 to 4. So this is what it is. Next, suppose y is less than 0. So this whole part is greater than 0. So the same thing we can take 0 to 1. So that is 0 to 1. So 0 to 1. Next, negative part, positive part, 2 to 3. So 2 to 3. Let us take some other. Right? So this is what it is. In first part, what we have? In first part, what we have? 1 to 2, 1 to 2, negative value, 1 to 2. So let us keep this line. So complete it is coming out. Okay. Yes, this is 1 to 2 we want, right? This portion we want, and 3 to 4 we want here. Next, here what we want? 0 to 1 and 2 to 3. If you observe this portion, it is given this way, but as this curve is symmetric with respect to x-axis, this portion and this portion both are equal. These two are equal. These two are equal. So that means answer is nothing but integral 0 to 4. Since the curve is symmetric with respect to x-axis, 0 to 4 2 root x. That's all. Simple question. But coming to the simple point is an important point. So this is x power 3 by 2. So 2 by 3 times x power 3 by 2 limits 0 to 4. So 4 by 3 times, here when we substitute 4, it would be 8. 8 minus 0. So that is 32 by 3. So this is the answer. Right? But before that, getting this is important. So then problem is very simple. Right? See how beautifully they have given this question. So a few questions are beautiful questions based on the conceptual observation, right? So here, if you divide this, see, this is a wavy curve method in order to decide. After that, coming to the graph and putting these points. So after that, what happened? They removed this part and this part. So no need to find like this one area, A1, A2, A3, A4, not at all required. So since it is a symmetric, we can directly find a 0 to 4, right? That's the beauty in this question. Next, a basket has a 15 good apples and 3 rotten apples. 2 apples are drawn from this basket. Let the number of rotten apples drawn be the random variable x. Find the variance. So it is a little bit a random variable. Probability distribution, because the binomial distribution used to get many questions, but this time binomial distribution is removed, right, from the syllabus. So that's why we are getting a standard question from the probability. So now this session we got a random variable question. So what is the random variable question? The rotten apples. How many? Total 3 rotten apples, right? So but we are taking a 2 apples. So 0 apple, zero root an apple. So, but actually probability distribution P of x, x, right? So, 0, 1 root an apple, both are root an apples, right? So, this is probability distribution table. So, 0, so all are good apples, 15C2 by 18C2. So, what is 15C2? 15 times 14 by 18 times 17. So, then what we can write? We can cancel out 3. 3 times 6. 3, 5 here. Right. So, 2, 3, 7. That's all. Yes. This is 35 by 51. Now, only 1. So, 15C1. So, that means we can write directly 15, next 3, 18C2. What is this? 15, 3, we will get 2 because from the 18C2 and 18 into 17. So, 3 6 times here, 2 3 times, 3 5 times. So, which is equal to 5 by 17. So, 5 by 17, we can also write it as a 51 here denominator. Na? So, 3 times. So, 15 by 51. So, that could be better. So, 35, 50. So, this is obviously 1 by 51. Why? Because the sum should be 1. Na? So, this is 35 by 51 and this is 15 by 51. 35 plus 15, 40. 40 by 51, 51. 40 now. 50. 50 by 51. So, 1 by 51. So, that's all. What do you want? We want variance. So lengthy, right? No, not lengthy. We have one formula. What is that formula? Sigma square. Variance is equal to sigma xi square into P of x is equal to xi minus mu square. This is the most interesting result in statistics as well as in probability, right? So, first we want mu. We need to find mu. What is mu? Sigma xi times P of x is equal to xi. What is that? When you multiply these two, 0. This is 5 by 17. So, that means 15 by 51. Plus, what about this? 2 by 51. What do you get? 15 plus 17 by 51. 17 by 51 is 1 by 3. So, this is 1 by 3. Now, we can write xi square. Anyhow, it will become 0. And this one will be 1. 1, that means 5 by 17. Plus xi square, 2 square 4. 4 by 51. Minus mu square, 1 by 9. So, that's all. See how simple it is. So, 51. So, 15. So, 15 by 51. 19 by 51 this is. 19 by 51 minus 1 by 9. Right? So, this is nothing but 51 times 9. No, can't cancel. 19 into 9. 90, 81. 171. So, 170. You can simplify this part. Right? See how simply, how we can avoid calculation. So, that is the beauty what we are doing it here, right? Next, parallelogram ABCD is given such that two-dimensional geometry from basics, elementary two-dimensional geometry. Then what we have? Vertices A, B, C, D, a line 3y is equal to 2x plus 1 passes through A and C. Find the value of alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta. So, everybody knows the standards of standard geometry, two-dimensional geometry. First and foremost point everybody knows A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. First and foremost point, diagonals bisect each other. So, this is alpha, beta. A is alpha, beta. C is gamma, delta. Diagonals bisect each other. So, that what we know. So, D is equal to 1, 2. So, what is the midpoint of BD? So, this midpoint is, that is nothing but 1 plus 1 by 2, 1, 2 plus 1. So, that is 1. Right? What is the midpoint here? Alpha plus gamma by 2 and beta plus delta by 2. So how easy this is, nothing required, right? So that means alpha plus gamma is equal to 2, beta plus delta is also 2. If you want to add both alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta, answer will be 4. How simple it is? From using elementary coordinate geometry. Next, this question is already given in previous session also. Exactly same question, but not this 192 sine square alpha. So they asked angle between B bar and C bar. Exactly the same question, right? So C bar is equal to, again I will do it here, 2A cross B minus 3B bar. Now, A, B, all these things are given. We will take B and C, na? Take a cross product, dot product by B, B dot C. This will be 0. Minus 3 times B dot B. So, B dot B means 4 square. So, mod B, that is a 4, mod C, cos of angle between B bar and C bar, which is equal to 3 times 4 square minus 3, 4 got cancelled, mod C cos angle between B and C, which is equal to minus 12. So, this is what it is, right? But we want angle between B bar and C. This is a mod C into C is not known to us. C is not known to us. 2 times A cross B minus 3 times B. We need magnitude of C. In order to get magnitude of C, wow, how can we find? So take a dot product by C, because A dot A is mod A square, na? So A dot A is mod A square. So taking a dot product by again C, so that is C dot C mod C square. What do you get if you take a dot product by the same vector? This is a 4 times mod A cross B whole square plus 9 times mod B square, because this is nothing but A plus B whole square. This is A square plus B square minus 2A dot B. So that's what we have applied. So coming to dot product, A cross B and B both are perpendicular to each other. So that dot product will become 0. Now 4 times, can I find this? Yes, we have formula. A cross B whole square is, many times we use this, minus A dot B whole square. What is A square? 1, B square 4, so B is 4, so B square 16, minus A dot B 2, 4, so which is equal to 12. So 4 times 12 this is, plus 9 times 16. So which is nothing but 48, and this is 144, 180, 192. So mod C square is equal to 192. So 192 is nothing but 16 times 12. 16 times 12. So therefore, mod C is equal to 4 times 12. 12 means 2 root 3. 2 root 3. So let's substitute this. 12 times root 3 cos BC, which is equal to minus 12. Right? So 16, 18. Yes, 192, correct. So mod C is a 4. 4 root 12, 4 3s are, so that means that is a 2 root 3. So when it is a 2 root 3, so this is 8 root 3, 8 root 3. So 8, 4 3s are here, 4 2s are. So then cos angle between, so which is equal to minus root 3 by 2. So angle between B and C is a 150 degrees. Negative, na? 150 degrees. So we want 192 into sine square 150 degrees. So 192 into sine square 150 degrees. That means nothing but sine 30 degrees. That is 1 by 4. 4 can cancel, 4 jar and 8. So 48 is the answer. Okay. Same question is repeated again here. Next question. This is from maxima and minima. F of x is given. Many times we come across one of the most important model to find the local maxima, number of local maxima and local minima. So coming to here, f dash of x, what is f dash of x? F dash of x is e power x minus 1 power 11, 2x minus 1 power 15, x minus 3 power 18, 2x minus 10 power 19. So this is a derivative. So when it is a derivative, how do you find a maxima minima? Using a first derivative test or second derivative test. But in this case, second derivative test will be more complicated. So I'm proceeding with the first derivative test itself. Sign changes, if you can find, you can decide local maxima, local minima. So that's the reason I'm taking sign changes. I want to observe the sign changes. Now first we get the critical points. Critical points, this is 1 by 2, and here 3, and here 5, and one more critical point, x is equal to e power x is equal to 1, x is equal to 0. So these are the 4 critical points. Now let's apply wavy curve method. This is a plus always, its a power is 11, 19, so minus, but power of x minus 3 is 18, even number, no sign changes, and after that sign changes, again after that sign changes. Right? So if there is a sign change, then only it is a point of extremum. So 0 sign changes, 1 by 2 sign changes, that is also point of 3 is not a point of extremum. But we want P and Q separately. Number of maxima is P, number of points of minima Q, right? So in such cases, maxima, so maxima means left side increasing, right side decreasing. So left side increasing means left side positive and right side negative. Left side positive, right side negative. So this for 1 by 2 it is there. So it is a maximum, point of maxima. So 0, what about left side negative decreasing, right side positive increasing. So this is a point of minima. It's not an extremum. So what about this point? Left side negative decreasing, right side increasing. It's a point of minima. So P is 1 and Q is equal to 2. We want P square plus 2Q. So that is 1 plus 4, which is nothing but 5. So this is the easiest way to answer this question. Okay. So next one more question here. This question is from vectors. A line perpendicular to the line. So yesterday directly perpendicular distance from the point to the line, but here line is not given. Line is a perpendicular to the given two lines and passes through. A line passes through a point x1, y1, z1. What do you write? X minus 5 by something, y minus 3 by something, and z plus 2 by something. We want those DRS. We want DRS. In order to find the DRS, so our line is perpendicular to both the lines. When our line is perpendicular to both the lines, our line is parallel to cross product of those two lines. So that is the first and foremost point from vector product. A cross B is a vector perpendicular to both A bar and B bar. So that's the reason. So we find it's a cross product of these two vectors, I, J, K, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2 minus 1, 1. Since cross product is a vector which is perpendicular to both the vectors. So that's what we want. So I cap, its a component is 1 plus 2, 3 minus j cap, 1 minus 4 minus 3 plus k cap, what do you get here? Minus 1 minus 2, so minus 3. So 3, 3 minus 3. But we want just write DRS. No need to take a 3. So simplest way we can write 1, 1 minus 1. That's all. Right? Now we got a line. So when we have a line, already we know the procedure. What is the procedure? So when we have a line, so there is a line here. After that, we will write a general point. This is the given point, 0, 2, minus 2, and this is perpendicular. We write Q. Q is a general point on this line. How do you take? It is lambda. So lambda plus 5 and lambda plus 3 and minus lambda minus 2. What should we write? DRS of PQ bar. What is the DRS of PQ bar? Lambda plus 5, lambda plus 3 minus 2, so lambda plus 1 minus, so plus, so minus lambda. PQ bar is perpendicular to the line. When PQ bar is perpendicular to the line, so product A1, A2 plus B1, B2 plus C1, C2. So lambda plus 5 times 1, here lambda plus 1 and plus lambda which is equal to 0. So 3 lambda which is equal to minus 6, lambda is equal to minus 2. So when lambda is equal to minus 2, substitute minus 2 there. Minus 2 plus 5, 3. Minus 2 plus 3 plus 1. Minus 2 of minus 2, that became 0. So 3, 1, 0 will become our put of the perpendicular. Okay, so that's all. So this is one more question, a beautiful question, and it is linked with binomial limits, and quadratic expression, right? Binomial limits and quadratic expression. So these three parts are given. Let A be the sum of the coefficients in the expansion. Sum of the coefficients. When we want sum of the coefficients, just we put variable is equal to 1. Even we have more number of variables, always we will put a variable is equal to 1 so that we will get sum of the coefficients. Right? So put x is equal to 1 here. 1 minus 2, 2. So 1 only. 3 minus 4, 2. 5 minus, so 1 only. So this is equal to 1. A is equal to 1. Hurry. Very simple. Now B, we need to find B. See, in order to find B, 0 by 0, right? L'Hopital rule. So limit x is tending to 0. Apply Leibniz theorem there. Log 1 plus x power 2024 plus 1 by 2x. Acha. So still it is 0 by 0, but don't go for again L'Hopital because we have formula. What is the formula? Limit x tends to 0, 1 by 2 times 1 by x log 1 plus x. As x is tending to 0, this is equal to 1. X power 2024 plus 1. Then we directly substitute. This is a direct formula 1. 0 plus 1, 1. So this is equal to 1 by 2. B is equal to 1 by 2. Substitute here. 2b is 1. So x square. A is also 1. X plus 4 is equal to 0. What is the second equation? Cx square plus dx plus e is equal to 0. Both have a common root. When two quadratic equations is having common root, then different cases we will get. There is a big condition, right? So square is equal to something, a product of the two. The second one is one of such line, one of such expression or such quadratic equation having complex roots. One of quadratic equation having complex root, both roots must be same. So then both equations must be same. When both equations are same, then coefficients are in the same ratio. Right. So that's the point what we have here. Whenever we have the ratio, obviously such point will be present. Here you see the discriminant. Discriminant is negative. When the discriminant is negative, complex roots and coefficients are real. When coefficients are real and one of the equation is having complex roots, both roots must be the same. So then I can write C by 1 is equal to D by 1 is equal to E by 4. So this is what it is. So whatever ratio you want, 1, but D 1, C 1. So 1 is to 1 is to 4. That is the answer. See how beautiful this is. So like these are the questions. From this session, right? I hope you all enjoyed. Hi Tanisha, Senapati, Chandu, Janupala Reddy, Sunny. Right? That's all. This is the session. Yesterday's, right? 31st January, Shift 1 solutions. Thank you. Bye bye, my dear students.